All right, welcome everybody to the game. This is our first session. This is session number 1. We begin our game in the city of Zadaxi, which is the second largest city in the province of the Seven Sisters. Population around 6,000 to 7,000. The province of the Seven Sisters, of course, is in central Virlinia, and there's a northern part of the continent and a southern part of the continent. So we're starting in the central part of the continent. Zadaxi is a walled city. It juts out into the Malagasy Ocean on 3 of its sides, and the city itself has 4 neighborhoods or wards. Very beautiful city. There's linden trees with a very calming aroma that line the stone walls of the city. The many downtown homes have lavender and rosemary bushes. It's a very sweet smell in the air, especially in the late summer. And it befits its hospitable atmosphere that it's like this when walking. Timber, fishing, trade are some of the major industries. There's a hospital, a magic school as well, and perhaps nationwide, countrywide, Zadaxi is probably best known for its very prosperous wine and beer industries, and the vineyards and the factories for those are in the suburbs of Zadaxi. So where we're starting is a hot late summer month of Serpon, and it is the fifth day of the week. It is Donnerstag, and it is the 19th of the month. It's around 2:00 in the afternoon. When a party, yes, it's really hot out. A party of data employees finds themselves in a large stone kitchen in a well-kept 2-story building. That group of employees includes you. Promised some pay and a safe place to stay, the day workers kind of eye one another, assuming everyone there must have also responded to the job advertisement posted at the local pub, the Mighty Quill. It's been very busy this hot summer season, and because the Quill has been overflowing with tourists, your reservations were up, and the bartender kicked you out, and it's very fortunate that you found this job and promised free night of lodging. Looking around you, you're currently standing in the kitchen, which has a huge hearth, which is currently unlit, and then a much smaller hearth, presumably for sauces and smaller recipes, things like that. There are shelves lined with bowls and large brass pots and pans. There's a stone pantry with open shelving where you can see fresh vegetables, meat and fish wrapped in paper, bowls of butter and cream, seasonings, fresh fruits. There are a few open windows as well in this kitchen where you can see out into the pedestrian-heavy city streets of Zadaxi. You're kind of eyeing one another a little bit anxiously, anticipating what today's job will be like. From where all of you are standing, you can see into the dining area, which connects to the foyer where all of you just arrived moments ago before being pushed quite rapidly into the kitchen by the page of the house, who is an older, clean-chinned male gnome named Davin. He's muttering to himself as he walks into the kitchen. Late. Everyone is always late when you need them the most here in the busy city of Zadaxi. He looks down at a scroll of paper, looks up at you and says, "Not everybody's here, but we're just gonna have to get started." This gnome is about 3 foot tall, is really skinny. He's got an air of orderliness about him, and he's got his very funny green droopy hat over his head, adjusting his spectacles as he looks at all of you, and he says, "So you all answered to the job ad. Could I just get each of you to remind me what your name is so I can be sure that you will get paid after the end of today's shift? You," and he points at one of you in the group. "Could you tell us your name?"
Hey there. My name's Milo Goldfoot. How are you doing? Milo Goldfoot. He's pretty tall for a halfling. He's about 4 foot tall. Not too big in terms of weight. He's like 50 pounds, but he's pretty strong for a halfling. He is brown hair, brown eyes, pretty pasty since he wasn't ever out too much in the fields working too hard. He had a pretty leisurely life. You can tell at first glance just by looking at him. And he is in full chainmail. and has a nice big battle axe and a shield on him. So, and has a holy symbol of Pelor around his neck. So.
Welcome, Milo. Milo, since you'll be working today, if you don't mind taking off your armor, I feel like that might get in the way.
No, I would rather have it on. Thank you very much. It just makes me feel safe. It's my safe space.
Okay. Let me check you off my list here. Could you tell us your name?
You can call me Ash. And Ash is a 5'7" or actually 5'5" tall female, large brown eyes and brown hair, very hairy. And then I have a tan skin, and I have very eagle-like features. I have a very strong jawline, and I have ears that are they stick out of my head a lot, and they're kind of really big. And yeah, I am just wearing normal clothes, leather armor. I have a mace at my back, and yeah, that's Ash.
Davenham adjusts his glasses and says, "Okay, Ash, great. Thank you for being here. You standing next to Ash. Who are you?"
My name is Olena Ketsk, and that's all she says. She has her hood up, which is, a little sus because you're inside. But you can see that she has light blonde hair that seems to be maybe tied back in a braid. She's about 5'7", has light brownish, goldenish eyes, and looks very clean. Which is just something that you notice. She seems to be, wearing a dress, wearing a little bit more formal clothing.
Ravenan looks at you and says, "You have style."
I do. Thank you.
Your name, please.
Oh, yes. I'm Serenity Sky. She has a long, large silver white braid going over her left shoulder. Very soft features, but high. What is this called?
Cheekbones?
What is it? High cheekbones, softer features, smaller nose. She's dressed in since it's super hot in the summer, she traded out her usual heavy velvet dress for a lighter linen black dress. The sleeves are currently pulled up, but it's high necked and not low. But she wears her leather armor almost almost like a corset-y kind of look to it. So it just kind of covers the bottom, but then comes around. And she's currently holding or strapped along her waist with a just simple leather belt. There's a really ornate looking long sword. Even from just looking at it, you're wow, that's a fancy, very fancy long sword. And she also has kind of strapped over her back a lute.
Davenant says, "A bard, are ye?"
Oh, usually yes, but what exactly are we going to be doing today?
Oh, well, you'll see in a moment. Let me just take off everybody else on my list. He looks around at the other person in the room, who is a very young Vulpin. So Vulpin is part fox, part human. He's got red and orange fur all over his face and tail, but humanoid hands and legs. He's wearing these super huge, voluminous blue pants, and you can see it's very evident that he carries a knife in his back pockets. And he's talking really fast. And he says, Hi, I'm so happy to be here today. My name is Brisk, and I'm on meats. I just want to say it right now. I want to be on meats, and I'm happy to help clean up later. I'm so ready to get started today. And he's kind of salivating and sticking his tongue out like a dog a little bit.
Can Serenity lean forward and say to him, "There's a wonderful selection of meat at the Little Head. You should probably check that out later, too."
I will definitely do that. As long as they let teenagers in.
Oh. She just turns away.
Davidan looks at the party and says, some of you are going to need a proper change of clothes, except you. And he points directly at Elena and says, you are dressed for the part today. Good job.
I always dress for the part, thank you.
So, the only rule I have in the house is when you speak to all members of the House Cannelloni, you must address each person as Your Grace, no matter their age or status. Is that clear?
How will we know who is of the family?
He kind of whispers and says, it's the privilege that's showing.
Yes, Your Grace.
Serenity kind of like, privilege.
Yes. He nods again at Olena and says, she knows what I mean.
Hey there, hate to be a bother, but I haven't had my lunch yet today, and I was really hoping to get some lunch before I started. So if we could just accommodate that request real quick, that'd be nice.
Well,
I'd like some too.
Your Grace, Antonia Cannelloni is about to enter. She will explain what you'll be doing with the food this afternoon. And so, yes, you'll be able to have a nosh here and there.
Well, that sounds just fine, thank you.
I like that he's from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what I messed up
yeah.
at first. I was going for like a Fargo, Minnesota accent.
It's good, I like it.
Davidan bows and says, and now, Your Eminence, from the Zadaxi City Council, Antonia Cannelloni.
Give a little bow.
I bow further.
Milo also bows, yeah.
I push on her shoulder.
Yeah, no. Serenity bows, but also like puts her hand in front of her face.
Okay.
Like,
Brisk also bows. In walks a large, busty human woman with blonde hair down to her shoulders, beautiful, sparkling blue eyes. She's dressed in a long green velvet dress with a very lacy and low neckline. And she's sporting a lavender scarf draped around her arm. And there's a very notable pin attached to that scarf that indicates that she's a member of the Zadaxi City. She walks in with her chin up, speaking with great authority to the group. Thank you for answering my call for today's work and a day's pay and a bed for the evening. My name is Antonia Cannelloni from the Zadaxi City Council. No need for applause, and you can stop bowing, at least for the moment. In advance, you have my gratitude for responding to Davinan's ad. The job is not that difficult, but will require you to cooperate with one another. Tonight, you will be preparing dinner. It is my eldest daughter's 10th birthday, and she deserves, she demands the finest food and desserts tonight to impress her friends and her friends' parents, some of whom, of course, are on the city council as well. And in exchange for your work, you can have all the leftovers you can eat, a small purse of 10 gold pieces, and a bed in our servants' quarters. All our servants, of course, are on vacation for whatever reason. Workers' rights or something. You have to respect them. She looks at everyone in the group and says, you are the only one dressed appropriately, but everybody else, you'll have to speak with Davidan to make sure that you are dressed to impress this evening. We'll take care of that a little bit later. Do any of you have any questions so far?
Hey, I've never cooked anything in my life. How would you feel about that?
Yes. Given such late notice, we understand that not all of you will have had the proper training and background in kitchening. However, we have scrolls on the walls and in full instructions, and you will still be able to prepare dishes in a way that my daughter would prefer.
Great.
Taylor willing, and she kind of makes a sign as she looks at the group. She says, all right, at this point, Mama's going to handle this. I need 2 of you to volunteer for desserts, 2 of you to volunteer for mains, and wait a second, Davidan, not everybody's here. So how are we going to She looks a little bit flustered because clearly not enough people have signed up for this job. And she says, well, folks, typically there's 2 on each station, but there's only 5 of you. So you have to find a way to make this work. 2 of you on mains, 2 on you on desserts, and 2 of you on soup and salads. Follow the recipes on the scrolls on the wall. And one more thing, no direct eye contact with any of the guests when they arrive. You should always bow and address every guest in this house as Your Grace, no matter their status. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes, Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace.
I like her. She says, Davenan, up to you. And she leaves, goes back to the dining room, and goes back upstairs where she came from. So Davenan turns to the group and says, well, okay, so how are we going to divide this up? Who wants to work on what station?
Soup for me.
Okay.
Sounds easy.
Everything's pretty easy. I'm here to help as well.
I will do whatever.
Oh shoot, I love a good sweet. I'll do some dessert.
Well,
Bard of all trades. Where shall we put you today?
Well, whatever requires the least amount of cooking.
Join soup with me.
Okay.
There's some cooking, but a lot of chopping, I would say, because you'll be making salad.
Oh, I'm sure we could handle that.
Perhaps then Brisk and I will do the entree. That's German. I don't know how to do an accent. Okay.
It's fine.
It's good. You're
Cool
doing
with me.
Lena, Brisk, you are on entrees, and that sounds fantastic. He points to the ingredients on the shelves and the small scrolls that are stuck in the walls. So those of you who are going to apps, which are Ash and Siri, you pick up the scrolls and you see some instructions to make a wood elf forest salad, which requires a lot of chopping and sorting of vegetables, and something called a Malagasy bouillabaisse, which is a fish-based soup. Olena and Brisk, Davenan points you to the 2 recipes on the wall, which are to make something called Rovnikan ham, which comes with a honey glaze, and something called Fire Drake flatbread, which is sort of like a pizza with cheese, Swiss chard, olive oil, a little bit of southern Virlinian chilies. You want to get nice and bubbling when it's in the heart. Milo, it's all on you to make desserts. There are 2 desserts, and you see one recipe for something called a wood elf summer cobbler. Zadaxi is very close to some forests to the west, and lots of wood elves live there. It's very easy to find ingredients like blueberries, lemon zest, apples, things like this. And the other recipe is for something called a pizza or a bunt cake, which has a delicious chocolate mocha batter and some vanilla orange icing.
We got this.
Oh, man.
Hungry.
I feel like what do you call it? Dessert can be like the most complicated.
I know, I don't know,
We
actually.
left them alone.
Yeah, I was like, wait, should we leave him? That's okay. Ham. I'm Jewish. Okay.
Siri like leans over to Ash and is like, Ash, what is this job list? Where did you get this listing?
I don't know what we're doing. I just came here to hear about the nobles. We're gonna chop well.
You know I don't know how to cook.
I'll cook. You just chop.
Okay.
Do you 2 know each other?
We're acquaintances.
We traveled here together.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Okay.
What are we doing? Oh, are we starting?
We gotta go.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, do we have to change first?
Oh, I suppose so. But
Davenan says, just get the food started. I'll come back to get your measurements. Don't worry.
our measurements. Can I keep it? Can I keep the clothes?
No. You will be returning those clothes after this evening, so you'll need to keep them clean as well. But there are aprons on the wall that you can wear.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, cool. I grab an apron.
Same.
Yep.
Brisk also grabs an apron and walks over to Olena and says, "I'm so excited to make this, but I don't know where to start. What should I do? You tell. I'll follow your lead."
I believe I've made a terrible mistake. Yeah, we'll walk over to the kitchen and roll out that ham.
Roll out that ham.
Roll.
To do with ham?
Yes.
Never cook ham in my life. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn the oven on. There's no oven.
Brisk says, "The firewood is here. Should I stoke the hearth?"
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll help
Let's
with
get
that.
us up,
He runs to the side,
and I'll prepare
grabs
the
some
honey
logs.
glaze
Okay.
for the ham.
Okay.
As I start chopping, I notice that we've like left this poor little halfling person by themselves, and I'm like, "Whew," and I start just humming to myself. I'm like, "You are my father, the one I inspire. Believe me when I say you roll a nat 20." And I just give you inspiration just in case you need it for something.
Sweet.
Because I'm like,
Nice.
man,
All
the
my
guy's
dreams.
all alone.
Milo is tapping his foot. He's like, "I should probably get started." He just starts grabbing all the ingredients for the summer cobbler and the bits.
So I'm gonna start with the two people making the appetizers. So that's Ash and Siri. Could you both make? So this is a artisan tools proficiency with baking implement. I'm sorry, with cooking implements. So I need you to both make an intelligence check, please.
Oh,
Yes.
Just an intelligence check?
Just a
Like,
regular intelligence check. Mhm.
Gotcha. Because I'm so good at it.
I am smart.
Oh, I rolled an 18.
I did
18.
too. That's good.
Hey, we did all right.
Hey, we're doing well.
Davenan comes in to inspect and says, "Oh, you are chopping very efficiently."
Of course.
And he eyes you up and down, Siri, and says, "I've left some clothes for you on the side. You, Ash, I'll come back in a moment. But the two of you are doing an excellent job."
Thank you, Your Grace.
He smiles at you and says, "Thank you." It seems like he's not used to being called Your Grace, but he appreciates the gesture. He looks over at Brisk and Olena. And Olena, could you also make an intelligence check, please?
17.
He says, Olena, you are doing a fantastic job with the ham. You seem to know exactly how to season it. I'm quite impressed.
Thank you. Yes, I've eaten ham before.
He looks over at Brisk and says, "But fella, you're not stoking the fire properly. If you want this ham to cook through correctly in the next few hours, you're going to need to do a better job stoking that fire or get the help of one of your friends." He looks kind of disappointed.
I'll go help him and comfort him. It's okay, young one.
Davenan then turns his attention to the halfling, who's got like an armload of baking implements, taking on 2 recipes. Milo, I'd like you to make an intelligence check at disadvantage
Oh
Okay.
no!
because you have double the work as everybody else. So the way that, do you know how that works?
Yeah, just got to roll a d20, right? And then
Yeah,
add
roll a
one.
d20 twice and tell us the lower.
Ooh, nat 1, so I don't need to roll a bit.
With a tremendous platter, you seem to have dropped a ceramic bowl of butter onto the ground, which is one of the key ingredients for the chocolate cake that you're preparing for the afternoon. Davenan shrieks and says, "Oh, this was just going to delay the recipe. I knew we shouldn't have hired these day workers. Let me get some butter. I'll be right back." And he scoots out of the house to leave the rest of you to continue your work.
Milo starts eating blueberries.
I go over and pick up some blueberries and eat 2, and then I pat Milo on the back and say, "Milo, you got this. I believe in you, and I'll give you guidance."
Cool. Getting everything. Need it.
I need it.
Starting out the Dungeons and Dragons strong there with that nat 1.
That's true. It was your
It's your
first
first-
roll.
Yeah.
That one on your first roll ever?
Wow.
It can only go
I can
on
only
from
get
here.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Maybe. We'll see.
It'll be good.
Yeah, I think Siri's gonna be like, how about Ash? Why don't we work together to make maybe the bolognese, because that needs to be kind of in the oven for a while, and we can switch off and we can help the dessert, and then we can work together later. Like we can put the soup on boil, and then we can leave the salad for later and go help with the dessert.
Yes, I like that. You're so smart. Let's do it.
Okay.
The two of
Mine
you
was
are
still
down.
eating blueberries, but humming the song. Listening to her.
So Brisk has managed to get the fire going to what looks to be a fairly high flame, which means it's finally ready to put any kind of pots or implements onto the fire. And he walks over to Elena and says, well, do we put the ham there first, or should I work on the dough for this flatbread? What should I do?
The dough needs to rest for 30 minutes, so I would say, make the dough, and I will continue working on the ham, put the ham on, and then keep basting it every 30 minutes, and I'm panicking, oh god.
All right, let's see if I can make this flour without a problem. Oh, nat 20, wow.
Hey.
Nice.
Elena, I
They
think
balance each other out. The 1 and the 20.
Yeah.
with your words and experience, I feel like I can actually cook today. Thank
I've
you.
literally never cooked anything in my life. But okay,
You're doing amazing with that ham.
that's true. I am.
To clarify, Milo's just picking at the blueberries. He's not just eating blueberries. He's like working and picking at the blueberries still.
Oh, okay.
So he's not just like sitting there eating a bunch.
Davidan comes rushing back. He looks like he just went to some sort of general store very close by, and he says, "Here is the butter, Milo. Please do not drop this this time."
Oh, gee whiz, I'm sorry about that first time. I'm just a little hungry still.
Yeah. Well, any food that's left over or that falls on the floor, you're welcome to have, as long as you do not serve it to any of the Graces getting together tonight.
Hey, you got it, pal.
He's looking around at the group and he says, "It looks like everybody's doing a good job, but how's the bouillabaisse coming along? That's quite complicated, isn't it?"
Yes, but we totally have it, Your Grace. We are simmering. We're getting things together. We have the fire. We got the tomato cream and butter broth. Yeah, we're working.
Can I get one of you to make an investigation roll and inspect the quality of the seafood ingredients? One of you want to volunteer to do that?
You want to do it?
You guys want me to?
you can do it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Your intelligence is bad?
It's 10.
It's the same, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I got 9.
Siri, you walk over to the wrapped paper around the seafood, and you notice a disturbing odor. It doesn't smell like this is high quality seafood. It smells quite foul, in fact.
Sir, what's his name?
Davenon?
Davenon?
Yeah, the page.
Balvinon, yeah. Yes, I just lean forward and touch his little droopy hat to get his attention.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, this doesn't smell very fresh.
He comes over and inspects the package and says, he undoes some of the wrapping around the package and says, "I think I know what happened. Your Grace, Antonia." And Antonia, the lady of the house, comes rushing down and says, Davidan, I'm working on my makeup. What's going on?" And he says, "So it's not their fault, the workers that I hired. So don't get mad at them. But the seafood tonight," and he opens up the package, and it looks like there are bits of fish and tons of flies, flying around the fish that's there.
Oh.
And it looks like these small brownish nuggets, kind of shaped like fun-sized Snickers.
Ew.
And he says that I think some animal left this in here. This is not good quality. We're never shopping at this fishery ever again. Antonia slams the paper wrappings out of Davenant's hand and says, "I know exactly who this is. It's the Ravioli Rascals. She looks at the party and says, oh, this is gonna ruin the bouillabaisse.
Oh, but sometimes if you just start with a very light appetizer, like we could just start with just the salad, and it's a very hearty main dish, and then you have a wonderful selection of desserts following, and I'm sure the guests would be very happy with that.
She wipes away some tears as you're speaking, Siri, and she says, bouillabaisse is my daughter's favorite soup. And without the seafood ingredients, this has become a disaster and not a showstopper.
Grace,
Yes.
if you would allow me, I would step out and go to the ocean and catch some for you.
I'll just go and catch it right off the dock.
She says, I heard what happened to the butter earlier. And with so many disasters happening today, I'm going to have a talk with my daughter to see if maybe we need to postpone this birthday dinner. But what I could get your help in catching is dealing with these Ravioli Rascals. These stupid kids keep pranking us rich folks and members of the city council. And if you could just have a word with them, maybe get them arrested, something like that. I didn't tell you that. That would be a great justice to what happened this evening.
Oh, yes.
You want us to arrest children because your fish is bad?
She nods. She understands what I mean.
Okay. Yes. Great.
Anything for you, my Grace.
I just look at Ash like, what the fuck did you get us into?
She says,
Grace, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt. We were promised leftovers from this meal, and I am quite
As your
famished.
face is covered with blueberries.
this blueberry sauce on.
Stained teeth with blueberries.
She says to you, you can still have the leftovers after you come back tonight. Just go out there, take care of the rascals, and come back. You will still be able to have your safe bed in the servants' quarters this evening. But I think I'm going to have to cancel the dinner.
Okay, well, the ham roast is already roasting, so in 3.5 hours, someone could just take it out and maybe like serve it to people who might want it. I mean, it's probably very good because I put a lot of time and effort into it. So 3.5 hours. Oh, you also need someone to be here every 30 minutes to rebaste it.
Davenan kind of huffs and puffs and says, I'll do it. And
Yeah.
Brisk also says, well, I don't know if maybe I should join you guys, or I don't know. I really only came to learn about cooking, so I think I'll stick around here and help this guy.
Very specific. Okay, well, here's the base. Here's the little pasty thingy. You know, go crazy.
All right. Thanks, Elena. Antonia turns to the party and says, well, the rumors in town are that one of the Ravioli Rascals, perhaps the most notorious of them, is Caden Tortellini. You know, the son of Ernie Tortellini.
I really want tortellini. I love tortellini.
I'm gonna want
Son of
Italian food after this.
I know. Ravioli.
Caden usually hangs out at Malamisto, the pub in Lambtown, so in the southeastern quadrant. If you could just talk to him and get him to apologize, we'll find some way for him and the Rascals to provide us with some sort of restitution of some kind. But we don't want anybody hurt. We just want them spoken to. So would you be able to do that?
Hey, Davenan, would be happy to do that, but, I signed up for a simple cooking job, and this seems like it's more of an intimidation deal, so I don't know if I can settle for 10 gold here on this, sort of intimidation mission for these little kids.
Antonio nods at you and looks at Ash and Siri and Elena and says, well, what do the three of you think?
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, this is going to be a lot more involved, and I just think that it would take a little more.
Yes, I'm not very good with children.
I'm actually terrible with children, so I could use the the motivation.
Could one of you say something persuasive, and I'll have you make a persuasion check?
Saying I'm not good with children isn't enough.
No, well, I'm asking, could one of you say something that is persuasive?
Yeah.
So that you can make
I have a +4 to persuasion. I don't know if
I
I
have
should
a
do it, though.
+5.
Oh, take it.
Siri will say, since we're all not very good with children, I'm sure we're going to have to try extra hard to make sure we deal with the situation appropriately, and I'm sure no one wanted to come back to you that if something goes wrong, so for us to be able to deal with it as best as possible, a little extra on top would possibly guarantee that we're in our best behavior.
Give her a little bow in the background, just to be extra.
She nods and says, that does sound reasonable.
I'm going to roll.
Could you go ahead and make a persuasion roll, please? Yeah.
Come on. Persuasion. I rolled a 4. That's a 9.
And she says, but if at least one of you in the group is good with children, then I'm more inclined to agree to maybe offer a little bit more money.
I'm great with children. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. Children are my #1 passion. I can't wait to have them.
Oh, geez, I do have about 6 younger sisters there, but I used to have to take care of them on the weekends. But, it's... I wouldn't say I'm great with children, but I'm good enough.
Elena and Milo, could you both make persuasion rolls, please?
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, you still have your bardic.
I do.
Then you can use that if you want. Or guidance, I think, right?
I can use it after, right?
Yeah. You can roll first and then see if you want to add it.
18.
It's a D6, by the way.
All right, I'm going to use it. So then I roll a D, 6?
D6.
All right,
that's what that little noise is. Okay.
So 15, and then what am I rolling?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, so
Four.
19 altogether.
19 altogether and 18. Well, she looks at both of you and says, well, it looks like at least 2 of you are good with children. So should we say 50 gold? Would that be enough?
Each?
Yes, each.
Oh.
I am Antonia Cannelloni, after all, from the Zadaxi City Council.
Oh,
I
we
can
will,
afford such
of
a
course.
mission.
Absolutely, and we will spread,
Yes.
your good name across the city, of course.
Yes,
A
yes.
generous patron.
Grace, that works for
More than
me.
fair.
All right. Well, come back tonight. Let me and Davina know whatever you've discovered, and do not hurt Caden, because he's Ernie's son. Just talk to him. That's all I want. These rascals have been annoying the terrors out of so many of us in Zadash. This would be a great way to end this evening, actually. You just do this for me.
Do I know Ernie? Do I know who he is? Or
Yeah, make a history check.
history. That is an
11, you said?
Yep.
So you would know that the name is familiar in that. That's a name a lot of people know about, but you don't necessarily know his family story or other parts of that. But the name is familiar. You've heard other people mention it before, so he must have some involvement with local politics of some kind.
Okay.
Davenan starts cleaning up the ceramic bowl from the ground, and Brisk is helping as well. And he's like, all right, people, good luck out there. Tell us what you know when you come back.
Will do, Your Grace.
Tap his floppy hat. Be like, we'll see you later.
He kind of like, the Pillsbury Doughboy, he's kind of like tickled by this attention. It's like, oh, yeah, you're welcome. That was nice of you. So the 4 of you step outside into University Village, which is the southwestern district of Zadash. And it's the same kind of hustle and bustle that you've been seeing here lately. There's wagons with donkeys and horses, lots of people moving back and forth, tourists, people by how they're dressed, you can tell that they're really tourists who are visiting the city. There's all kinds of stuff going on because the late summer festivals are happening quite soon. So it's kind of busy here in University Village. But based on the directions that Antonia gave you, you just need to cross the central plaza of Zadash, which is the People's Square, and then go to the area known as Lambtown, which is where this pub called Malo Misto is. So what would you like to do?
We walk and talk, perhaps?
how old are these little children that we're dealing with exactly? It seems a bit odd to be sending adults to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know,
Want
I
to
was
get them
thinking the
arrested.
same thing. Kids can be kids sometimes, you know. They can horse
Yeah.
around all they want, and now we're going to send them off to prison because they were horsing around with some rich people's foods. It just doesn't sit too well with me at all.
No, I don't particularly like that.
Perhaps we get them to apologize, and that will be enough.
I hope so.
Hopefully, yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Why you found yourselves in this predicament where, you know, you're, I don't know what I'm doing with my accent.
Oh, New
It's
York,
fine.
yeah.
We're all kind of switching around. It's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
I don't even
Fine.
have one yet.
Tell me about yourself, yo. What are you doing around here? Jesus, awesome, Minnesota. You know, you might know of my family. Actually, it's the Goldfoot family. We sell the Riesling wines around the town. If you drank a Riesling recently that you know, put some hair on your chest, then that's the Goldfoot wine.
That sounds delicious. We'll definitely have to go take a look for it.
Yeah, can you give me a bottle? Just like, do you have one? Just like for free.
Give
I don't
me a
know.
bottle.
I mean, do you happen to carry?
Yeah. So Milo gives a bottle and says, "Yeah, I hope you enjoy that. My family worked pretty hard on." Back.
Thank you so much. I am very appreciative. That's so cool. That's really cool.
Ash, you notice that this bottle of wine comes with a particularly interesting and ornate insignia on the label, and the cork looks like a very fine. It came from a very fine tree. Like, this is not a typical Riesling. This must be a fancier Riesling than the average Riesling.
I make a mental note. Okay. This is very nice. Very nice.
Does Olena notice that it's a Goldfoot wine?
I'm absolutely
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
picking it out. But I'm not saying anything. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
like,
Okay.
If Olena's not going to say anything, Siri will just be like, "Yeah, well, we definitely look forward to trying that. I'm sure. Isabel would probably be interested too, right, Ash?"
I think so. Yeah, we should meet up with them tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can all call me Siri. Ash and I actually just traveled to the area together. I was hoping to play at some of the festivals, but the owlbear races were cancelled, so that didn't really happen. And, well, there's only so many nights that you can stay at the Little Head without being expected to work it off. So I was kind of looking for some money so I wouldn't have to work it off there, and yeah.
Oh shoot! Sorry to hear about your festivals. I heard about the cancellations, and you know, I showed up to town shortly after to sell some of my family's wine. But gee whiz, that is tough luck right there. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I was looking to make quite a bit of money off of it, but that's just how it goes sometimes.
because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Got too real.
sorry. How about me?
Ash was looking for something else. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am actually. I'm just here to gather some intel. Yeah. I
About
have eyes of the
anything
dogs.
we could help with, or
Do you want to come in? I kind of gather information just to have, and so that, they're just. I'm a very curious person. I like to explore them.
Well, I am Olena, and I'm in town to be in town. Certainly. You may also know my last name, but I generally don't, share it unless I'm being employed, and I feel like I have to, hand over my papers so they can pay me properly, things like that.
Oh,
Yes.
What is your last name?
Ketsk, of the Ketsk wine family.
Gee whiz, I've heard about them.
I do
What
believe we've
for?
met once or twice, yes, I think.
Oh yeah, maybe at a festival. I'm sorry. Yeah, my head just gets away from me sometimes. I just can't remember everyone I run into. But yeah, I've heard about them.
Yes, we make Zadashtina, Tyrian Zadashtina, but
It's a lovely wine.
thank you. Yes, I enjoy Riesling as well. I'm more of a red drinker myself, but
Can Siri just make like a general insight to be like, is there tension between these two families? Do they genuinely like each other's wine?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an insight check, yeah.
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, dang. Okay, 21.
Can't remember what we decided. I think it was like, there's no tension between us. There might be tension between our families.
Yeah, if
but
there is
I was like,
tension,
I actually enjoy Riesling.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it is still like you're two wine companies. You're in the same business. You're still competing together, kind of thing.
Yeah. If you know any background, you might know that maybe our families aren't great friends, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't associate with them that often, unless I have to.
Oh, wonderful. So we have a dessert wine and we have a main course wine.
Absolutely, we could have a full meal with the ham.
Right.
Well, shoot, if you guys want to get a little greased up before we deal with these kids, I'm happy to pop open another bottle.
Oh, well,
wine shots?
No, the Riesling that the Goldfoots make is like 17% ABV, so it's pretty like it's
Wow.
basically like yeah, it'll get you there. So, but
On a stomach of only blueberries?
Oh, God.
yeah.
that sounds about right for a halfling.
Yeah, actually.
That it's 2:00, you know.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. Good time.
What do we have like a plan to, facing these children? Do we just like ask them to apologize? Do you think that will work, or do we have to like set up a farce and?
I think we should just go, check it out a little bit, see how old they actually are, and if this is just juvenile behavior, or if we should, maybe actually work on these kids a little bit and see if we can help them out and set them on the straight and narrow. It's
Yes. So when I said that I had children's skills, I was very much lying. I don't like interacting with children. I don't want to have them.
I'm scared of kids.
Scared of them.
Just a little. They can be mean.
How old are you?
Hey, I'm 21.
Okay. Yes. Right. So you should not be scared of children.
I'm not a child, if that's what you're insinuating.
No. I mean, you're an adult. You should not be scared of children.
Oh, that's not how it works. I'm scared.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
I like tough. I like tough.
Mr. Goldfoot here is about the same height as many children. Maybe we can just, maybe you could try to connect with them on their level.
Are you making
is
out
that a short joke?
Literally.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know. I don't take too kindly to those kind of words, but I don't like when people focus on my height too much. I'm just a regular old person like you, where you're not a person. Nope.
I'm mostly a person, yes.
I forgot ASMRs are like basically angelic.
Bird?
Yeah, so ASMR, they have celestial blood.
Mm.
I don't know if you'd be able to tell offhand because her only really distinguishing marks are her eyes, and we haven't been in like darkness yet, so you haven't been able to see them glow. They just look like gray eyes right now.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah, she looks pretty human.
Oh,
just
so
like
she's
very, very like fine featured human, but still very human.
Okay. So I want to know. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just a regular person like you.
Yes, and it's just. I don't
Just
know,
a little smaller, I guess.
Right. Well.
He's self-conscious about his height a little bit.
You're the perfect height, Milo. Perfect height.
Thanks. I appreciate that a lot, Ash. That's just very kind of you.
Oh, of course. Anytime.
As we're walking, are there like any sketchy children? Just like around? Any tortellinis?
So as you're walking through the central square, you see the famous clock tower of Zadaxi, and you see a lot of the greengrocers and cheese sellers and folks. It's very busy on this workday afternoon. But you would know, Elena, that the orphanage in the city is also across the street from Malo Misto. So if you were going to see some sketchy looking kids, it's probably in the direction that you're walking right now.
Do we want to maybe stop by a tavern and just talk to people and see if they know anything? Give us more info?
Very good idea. There are lots of extra people in town anyway. Maybe other things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for all we know, maybe the Cannelloni?
Cannelloni? Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Cannelloni and Tortellini families are just having a feud all on their own. And, she just said this to kind of make us shake down one of the kids, and they don't really deserve it.
Maybe.
I have a tavern I think that we could stop into if we're anywhere near the Black Arms.
Oh, let me stop you right there. You had me at tavern, Olena. Let's go on over.
Let's go.
Well, shoot, should we just ask someone and see if they have any good recommendations?
Or are there any taverns on the street that we can see either too?
Not in the central square. There's kind of like a tavern in each of the 4 quadrants that has that is known. So Mighty Quill is where you were staying. That was in University Village. There's the Black Arms, which is in the northwest quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Malamiso, which is in Lambtown.
Yeah, Suri would be like, question, why don't we just go to the tavern that we're supposed to go to? Because they don't know that we're looking for the kids. And then we could just kind of be there.
Suss it out, see what's happening.
That's actually brilliant, yeah. I like it.
I've never done recon before, so,
I mean, the only people that know that we're here to look for them are ourselves and Cannelloni family.
The Cannolis, yes.
Yeah. I couldn't get the name, so I think she's just gonna keep fucking up the name. I'm just gonna make that serious thing.
That's good.
I think it's cannoli. Wait, I just said cannoli because I thought that was funny.
I think I said cantaloni, almost like cantaloupe or
Cannelloni.
something. I don't know.
We say it wrong every single time.
Yeah.
You can say it however you want your character to say it.
We literally call them Your Grace because we can't remember their actual name.
Bless them.
It's a get out of jail free
Alright.
card. Yeah.
So the party makes their way over to Lambtown, and you can clearly see in the central square of Lambtown, Malo Misto. This is the famous Sailor's Tavern of Zadaxi. The street outside is filled with the scent of burning wood, so it looks... you look around and you see some of the orphans from the orphanage kind of warming their hands around and playing with it, even though it's the summertime. That's just what these kids are doing right now. They're playing with this bonfire. Malamisto itself is a 2-story building with half-timbered walls. You could tell the outside furniture has all been made by dwarven hands. And you're all standing right outside the entrance. From outside, you can hear that there's a fair amount of people inside, and you can hear clinking glasses and food being cooked and fried. It's around 3-something in the afternoon, so you're standing right outside Malamisto.
And the orphanage is right across.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Milo walks in, looks for a seat.
Do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna update your map. Give me a second.
Inside map.
Indoor map, yes.
Poppin'.
Wanky.
You are now standing inside Malamisto. There are about 8 to 10 tables with a number of patrons either seated at the tables or walking around. A lot of the people are dressed like sailors. They have kind of like sailor's cap. Some of them have vests and are walking around, sloshing around their ale in a stein of some kind. There are some kind of ramshackle-looking bedrooms on this floor, and a long bar along the eastern wall. And standing behind the bar looks to be the bartender. Seems to be some sort of elf of some kind. Along the northern wall, there's a small child with blonde hair surrounded by these older sailor-looking guys. This young child kind of looks like Kevin from Home Alone.
Oh.
Like really cherubic-looking face. But he's drinking beer, interestingly. This kid looks like he's probably only 9 or 10 years old. Human, blonde hair, rosy cheeks, and he's drinking beer and telling jokes with the sailors. So the 4 of you standing there, you should all have the ability to move your characters, I hope. Mm-hmm. So if you want to play around with that, you can. You can also describe to us what you'd like to do.
can we obviously tell that that's like the only child in here?
There's only one child in Malamisa right now, and it's this blonde-haired looking kid telling jokes and drinking beer.
And he looks pretty like well off, like affluent.
Yeah, from his clothing, it looks like he's got nice buttons on his shirt. His shoes look like they're leather and well kept. So yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
And so we go, shall we all sit at the bar in the corner back there? Looks like there's some room.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Works for me. And Milo
We
waddles on over.
split up or?
I just saw that there's like 4 stools, and so I'm wondering if we literally can just like sit at the bar.
Oh, that's a
Good
great
idea.
idea. Okay.
There are 4 empty stools right next to Caden's
Yeah.
this little boy's table, so
Yeah.
you could just go there and sit.
I'm going to take off my hood
Okay.
and then take my cloak off. And I do have a very large battle axe on my back, but don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'll take the battle axe off too and like lean it against the bar and
Yeah.
just sit down.
As the 4 of you walk to this corner, you can clearly hear this kid is telling some joke about a silly crusted cock pie, and he's slapping the table and drinking this beer, and it looks like he's slightly inebriated already, this little kid.
He's a little child. I thought they might think he was like 15 or something, but he looks like he's about 10.
Is he okay?
I don't think children are supposed to get drunk.
He seems a little snacker to me, that's for sure.
That's a very good word for it, yes.
Yeah, it's a Stonica saying, you know, it's pretty common to get snackered out there on the Goldfoot wine.
The only thing you can do in Minnesota.
That and fishing.
Yeah. Farming, fishing.
Hearing all this, Siri's just going to straight up turn around and tap the guy behind her that's sitting at the table with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, excuse me, looking at the child and be like, what is the drinking ages here?
He puts down his beer and says, drinking age. Did you hear that, Caden? And he turns his attention back to the kid and the others at the table.
I'm gonna wave the bartender over.
Yeah. So you wave over the bartender. He is really tall. He's got white hair, pale blue skin, and it looks like both of his eyes are made of glass. He strolls up to you and says, "Welcome, bienvenue. Welcome to Malomisto. My name is Guillaume. What would you like?"
Sorry. Mew mew. That's what I heard.
Milo's waving his hand in front of his face, like
Yes,
if he can.
halfling.
He like jumps because he wasn't expecting him to like be able to see it. He thought he was blind with the glasses. A round of drinks for my friends and I, please.
Whiskey, beer, wine.
Beer.
And then he looks down.
Beer? I
Yes.
heard one of your friends said beer. The lady said beer.
Then get the lady a beer and whatever my companions here will be having.
We have 2 beers in Zadash. Citrus Ass Down and Barbarian Streisand. So which one?
Oh, Barbarian Streisand, absolutely.
Yeah. Good choice. That one
I
doesn't
know.
have quite the same citrus aftertaste. I'll be back with those beers. That'll be 4 silvers, sir.
I'll cover it, Milo, don't worry.
No, I insist.
Oh,
Flip some.
a gentleman.
silvers.
The bartender
Barbara
Guillaume.
Streisand, sorry.
The bartender leaves to go grab the drinks, and you can hear this little kid is saying, "And you know what that that lazy scobberlotcher tried to do? He tried to tell me to sit down. You can't tell me to sit down. I'm Ernie Tortellini's son." This kid is clearly like deeply engaged in the story, and he's quite inebriated at this point.
You think I should, like, talk to him? Who am I sitting next to? Wait, I can't remember. I think
You're
Siri.
next to me.
Yeah. I'm like, should we try and like?
I mean,
You want to pull it? You're making a motion to pull. You want to pull his shoulder or something?
No,
His
like
clothing?
just be very flirtatious. It's nice. It feels weird to flirt with a child.
Kind of weird.
Up to you.
Doesn't, like, I'm not wrong, right? This is strange. Like, why is this woman beefing with a small child?
a little strange.
Have we got
Okay.
our? Did we get the beers yet? Because if
Gyeomyeon came back
Elena's
and
gonna be
he's got a
flirting,
stein for
Milo's just
each of you.
turning and watching and drinking his beer.
Mm-hmm. I just
The beer tastes great, by the way.
Okay.
I want a beer named Barbara Streisand.
I
Beer
bet there
Barbra
is one. I
Streisand.
bet we could find one.
There's gotta be some gay bar in America.
Oh,
Can so we'll be like, if you want to, Elena, that's perfectly up to you. But
It
can
just
I
feels like
also
I'm breaking
just?
a law.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, okay.
just
I'm
a
not
little.
going to.
Could I like take a look around the bar and see if anyone is like giving side eye to Caden, like not happy with Caden being in this bar? You know what I mean? Like, is anyone looking at
Make
that party?
a perception check, please. And I'll let you look around the room, and I'll tell you what you see.
16, 18.
18. Okay, that's great. You do not notice anyone particularly perturbed by the presence of this kid or his jokes and carousing. You do kind of get the sense, though, that that's like his corner of the bar. Just by the way that people are sitting, the way that he's sitting, you feel like if you're going to find this person here, that's their place at the bar.
Okay.
I want to whisper and say, you guys, I want to get some info. I might go around and like try to talk to someone friendly here and see if I can get some more information so I can leverage this kid better.
Yeah, there's tons of people around you. There's orcs, there's elves, there's commoners, there's tourists. Tell me who you'd like to
I'm
talk
happy
to.
to go with you if you'd like.
Let's do it. That sounds good.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out from you here, and if you want to send anything our way, just kind of flag me down, and I'll connect with you.
All right. That sounds good. Oh, and then I would like to look for people who look friendly, like maybe like a smaller group or just one person who looks friendly.
Well, the person sitting right next to Milo is a really short, pale-faced tiefling with looks like she got makeup on, like she's done up really fine, like red makeup on her lips. She's wearing a very tight dress, and she's sitting next to a much older human gentleman who looks like a wizened old sailor, and it looks like they're enjoying one another's company. They both have a friendly look about them.
Hey, when I talk to them, I whispered.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. And then I give him a little nudge and, hey, what brings you out here today?
The tiefling looks over at you and says, "Oh, it's the summer. Time for romance. Time for fun. This is Zadash. What are you here for?"
Hey, I'll cheers to that. And he raises his glass.
I
to
raise
cheers.
mine.
Yeah.
She clinks her glass in yours and in your all general direction and says, "Welcome to Malo Misto. Glad to meet you. My name's Auror.
Nice to meet you, Aurora.
Nice to meet you.
This my friend." She points to her right. This is Ephraim. He's a sailor. Ephraim is a much older man. He's got whitish gray hair and a crazy beard, really big eyes, a quite dirty black vest that he's wearing, and he kind of smells like the sea. He looks over at you with his eyes and just mutters, "Peasants," and resumes drinking. So he's not. It doesn't seem like he's really engaging with the four of you.
What's he drinking?
Looks like he's drinking beer.
Beer. Well, Order, I'm just gonna, pretend I didn't hear that. I'm not a peasant. I'm pretty far from, actually, but see, you're a fan of the beer, so I'll let it slide this time. But I do expect some respect with my name.
She
And then I tell
says,
him my name, Milo Goldfoot.
the tiefling looks at you, and she doesn't seem to quite grasp what you're putting forth, but she kind of also covers for her friend by saying, "Don't mind him. He gets in this state sometimes. But I haven't seen the four of you around Malamista before. What are you looking for?"
Well, as you might know, I am a Goldfoot, as I just said. A little snooty-like.
Okay.
I'm here to sell some of my family's wine, and then I'm off to adventure. I'm on the path of paladinhood, but not quite there yet. Hoping to get my old stun here shortly, but working on that day by day. Starting this adventure off with some new companions here. Can I introduce you?
She nods, and You all exchange greetings.
Yeah.
She waves back.
In kind of a hushed voice, and I say, so what's the deal with this little kid here? He's a bit young to be out here, isn't he?
She nods. She doesn't nod so that it's so obvious. It's kind of like a brief nod. And she whispers to you, Milo, yeah, that's Caden Tortellini. You don't want to mess with him. He's Ernie is his father.
At this point, do I know anything about the Tortellinis from Beth?
Make a history check with advantage.
22.
Oh, yes. So Elena definitely knows that Ernie Tortellini is a very well-regarded citizen of Zadash. He's the head of one of the guilds in town. The Calligraphers Guild. The Order of the Nib, it's called. And they are very successful. Another one of the success stories, I guess you could say, from Zadash is that their scribes have been sent to all corners of the Seven Sisters and even other parts of Virlinia. So Ernie must be doing a good job in his leadership.
Will we know if like Ernie's a well-respected or if he's kind of a snooty guy?
Yep. Elena would also know that he is quite well-respected, Ernie.
Okay.
And in that case, do I know about the cannolis?
You do not know
Interesting.
very much about the Cannellonis, though. So you've all met them for the first time today.
Okay. I'm assuming that I shared that before we entered the bar. I just forgot that I had that knowledge. Yeah.
Okay, we can say that you shared that info with everybody before you walked in.
I guess Sarah will whisper to you, Elena, and be like, I just don't understand. Is it just a rich boy acting out? Is that what's happening? Or
Could be, yes. I've known many a son to, act out in his younger age before he is, taught better.
Well, in that case, in my experience, we probably should sort of embarrass him in a certain way, but maybe without him knowing it's us embarrassing him.
I know a couple of prostitutes who could help, maybe. If you want to really embarrass someone, that
I
could
have a few
be.
friends that could help with that too.
I mean, I could scare the shit out of him. I could intimidate him.
Then we
a
would
horrible
know it was you. Also, we're sitting right next to him, so we probably shouldn't have this conversation right here.
Yeah, as you're having this conversation, you do notice at one point he looks up from his mug of beer and looks at the party, but he doesn't seem to be able to grasp what it is that you're even talking about.
Okay.
He's so young.
What to do? Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I feel like I cannot
the
set a
old-
prostitute on someone so young.
The older
Still
sailor
wrong.
that's kind of sitting in between you and Caden, you can hear him say, Caden, I gotta let one go for a second. I'll be back. And this guy walks out of the pub.
I am going to follow him.
Out
I
of
do
the
this
pub?
to my friends. Yeah, I'm just gonna like casually also walk out the pub. Oh, time for a smoke break. Oh,
Sorry.
a pipe? I don't know. I don't have a pipe. I'm gonna go take a smoke break and follow him.
I sit down at their table. Say, hey, mind if I take a seat?
Nice.
Hold on 1 second. So Milo's walking over to see if he can take a seat, but
Yeah.
Olena is following this old guy outdoors to have a conversation. Is that right?
Yeah.
Siri and Ash, are you doing anything additional or different?
I want to scooch over to the tiefling and talk to him more.
Okay.
Siri is gonna be confused. She's just gonna stay right there and be like, huh.
So I'm gonna resolve Ash first because you're closest to Aurora. So Ash and Aurora, the tiefling, are having a conversation, and Aurora is just sharing how much. I'm so disappointed this summer that the owlbear races couldn't happen.
Oh, I know.
Could you believe somebody let one of them go? It's like they're an animal rights person or something.
What do you mean? They let the owlbear fly away?
Yeah, the town sheriff discovered that somebody set free one of the owlbears before the races were to take place. Pretty terrible, if you ask me.
Who do you think it could have been?
I don't know. It could have been anybody. It could have been these Ravioli Rascals. It could have been a nobody, a drifter coming through town. I have no idea. What I do know is that business went down because so many fans of the Alba races were disappointed that they didn't take place. I don't know who would benefit from setting an animal free like that. But whatever. She chugged some beer.
Yeah, I'm a little curious. Who are these ravioli kids? You know, who are the ravioli rascals?
These kids that pull pranks all over town. She kind of whispers to you. I think that one of them is sitting behind you, if you know what I mean. And she points at the blonde-haired kid.
Oh, are they dangerous? Like, what do they do?
They steal things. They misplace things. They paint things that shouldn't be painted. You know, a lot of childish stuff. But they seem to target some of the rich folks in town, from what I gather.
Why? Do you think there's some political motivation behind it? Because, like, he's the son, you know, one of them may be the son of a rich.
She says, "That's a great question. I don't know that I want to get involved in any of that, especially if Caden is involved."
What do you mean? What do you mean by Caden?
Well, if Caden is involved in some way and his dad has so much sway over the city council, I just kind of feel like you should let that kid do what he wants. He can't be like this forever.
Yeah. Sounds like it's not worth it. It's too much harm could come to you if you mess with Ernie's son. Okay.
Yeah. But you know, he's a friendly kid. Talk to him. He makes friends with all kinds of people and creatures.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Thanks for the information. And the good conversation.
You're welcome. And she winks at you and then turns back to her conversation with Taylor on her right. Milo, I'm going to go to you next. So you said you were going to ask if that seat was open?
Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? Is this seat taken?
This little blonde-haired kid says, "Is your name Leprosy Fopoodle?"
No, it's Milo. Milo Goldfoot. You might have heard of my family.
This kid is clearly off his face. He's just laughing at everything you have to say. And he says, "Go sit. I don't care.
Oh, much appreciated, buddy. Can I get your name? I'd love to hear your name.
I'm Caden Tortellini.
Tortellini?
Yeah, you know, like...
You might be related to Ernie Tortellini?
Yeah. This Fopoodle is a smart one. Yes, my dad is Ernie Tortellini.
Oh, well, you know, I'm in town looking for some work and would really love to get a meeting with him if you don't mind, you know, maybe setting some time in his books to meet with us.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. Dad is always too busy. Too busy. And he takes a big swig of beer. And the guys sitting next to him are just nodding and drool, like, yeah, that Ernie's always busy.
Well, but I get the sense your dad might not have too much time for you, which is a dang shame. I have a lot of the same kind of going on with me and my family. You know, my family loves the wines. You might have heard of our wines, Goldfoot wines. I like to promote them as much as I can. But you know, there's wasted potential, I feel, in you. You're a smart kid. I hear some of your jokes, and they're beyond your years. You know, I just feel like you shouldn't be in the bars drinking. Maybe you should be studying or something, bud.
He winks at you, Milo, and says, "Oh, don't you worry. I got stuff going on. I got a racket. Don't worry about me."
Oh, I'd love to hear a little bit about that. You know, I'm always in the market for some more money, bud.
What do you want to know exactly?
Oh, just if there's anything you have for us to make a quick buck or two. You know, I'm got some traveling companions with me. You know, they're at the bar right now drinking, but I could have them come over here and maybe talk to you and see if there's anything around that we could help with. We're just looking to make a quick buck and then maybe see what's going on in the background here.
Can you make a persuasion check, please, Milo?
Yeah. All right, 13 plus persuasion 4 is 17.
He says, Caden says to you, Yeah, if I told you about all these other ways to make money, I could get in trouble. So
A tortellini worrying about getting in trouble. Yeah, that just chuckles my boots there. I don't know about that.
I let's just say I have some friends that took over that abandoned farm across the street, and we like to play there, and that's where we hang out when I'm not here at Malamista.
What kind of playing do you do?
Oh, like stacking crates of interesting pieces of information and maybe jewelry that people left behind and things like that. Fun stuff.
Well, that sounds interesting. You know what? If you're ever in the market for some more help, you know who to come to.
Well, listen, mister, I gotta go pee right now, but I can show you our hideout if you want to talk to my friends about joining up with us.
Geez, that sounds swell. If you don't mind, if my company comes with us.
All right, well, meet me outside in 5 minutes.
You got it. And then
Gotta bring someone from Minnesota everywhere you go.
Yes.
So while this conversation was happening, Olena had tailed this older sailor who was sitting next to Caden right outside, and he's like pissing in the corner in the alley. And
Never mind.
Olena, you can describe how far you are from him and what you want to say and what you want to do. He's kind of humming a sailor's tune.
I'll walk down the back of the alley and be like, "Oh my goodness! Oh, right in public! Oh, horrifying! Wow!" Yeah, just act like I'm just passing by and be horrified by his act of urination, public urination.
He's put up by this, and he quickly sort of buttons up, zips up, and whatever, and says, I'm sorry, miss.
Goodness, outside this wonderful establishment, what do you think you're doing? At least
it's Piss Alley. It's Piss Alley. What do you think I'm gonna do?
Oh,
I didn't ask for any company.
Well, that's why I'm here too, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, your section's over there, and he points to like 5 feet away from him.
I have many regrets. I just go stand over it in the corner for a few, just to be like, okay.
And he says, all right, well, I'll see you back in the pub. And he kind of starts making his way back towards the entrance.
Then I'm just gonna stand there for a few more minutes. Maybe shed a tear.
Siri would have overheard the conversation between Ash and Aurora, and Siri would have overheard the conversation between Milo and Peyton. Anything that Siri would like to do?
She just thinking to herself, like, see, you send in the one that's the same height and they get along. I don't understand what was the big problem with my plan. It worked perfectly. She's just gonna drink her beer and be like, yeah, it worked. I don't know.
So Siri, as you're kind of thinking this to yourself, you do notice behind you that Caden is starting to walk towards the exit.
I will. But I overheard that Milo's gonna come get us, right?
Yeah. So
Or
Milo,
something.
you told what is it that you told everybody?
Yeah, I went back to the bar and just kind of told them that he's going to take us to their hideout, and it's an abandoned farm where they stack information and stolen things, and we're just going to see where that leads us to, and just waiting for Olena to get back to kind of just reiterate the same information to her.
That's awfully nice of him.
Oh, gee, I was sure shocked that he just gave us the keys to the palace, basically. We're just going to see what's going on, and if there's anything fishy going on, then maybe we can put an end to it.
I'll walk back in. Sort of regret-filled face. Yeah.
Well, we better get scooting if we don't want to miss this opportunity to see what's going on.
Yeah, assuming I filled Olena in the brief time between.
Great.
All right.
So I guess, yeah, we follow him.
Okay. So it seems like the party has followed Caden outside, and he's standing where his sailor friend was earlier, kind of doing his business and muttering to himself. And he sees these 4 adults kind of standing behind him, and he says, "Oh, wait, it's you guys. What are we doing again?"
You were going to show us the lookout and maybe a potential job opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. Ravioli hideout. It's across the street. But promise you won't tell my dad.
Absolutely not.
Oh, your secret's safe with me, bud. Don't you worry about it.
Goodness, if I told everything I was up to my father, he would absolutely disown me. So.
All right, I guess you're trustworthy. And he kind of walks over to a building across the street, which is an abandoned farmhouse. You can see that there's like the weeds have taken over the front garden of this 2-story wooden building. Caden is pointing at a door built into the ground. And he says, "Oh, it's in the old wine cellar. That's where we hide out." And he opens the door to the cellar and says, "Catch me if you can." And he runs inside.
I'm going to take that literally and chase after.
Me too.
Yeah. I'll kind of briskly walk after everyone.
Got short legs.
Siri will casually walk. Like, I don't run.
So
Not
Elena
before I got
and
my
Ash
access, for
immediately,
sure.
when he says "catch me if you can," you both start chasing.
I'll bring up the rear and just like use the light cantrip to like light my way down.
Okay.
Halfway through chasing him, I'll sort of realize that I'm running and then like stop.
Continue. I just go.
And then I'll just keep walking forward.
Yeah.
As if I remembered where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm still just trying to keep up.
Yeah, me too.
As we walked over, were there any other children still outside by the bonfire?
They were, and they looked like they were playing some sort of games with each other with a ball.
Okay. As we walk down, since I'm bringing up the rear, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself to look as close as possible to one of those like kids that I saw.
So when Siri, I think I understand. When Siri goes into this farmhouse basement, she looks like one of the kids that was just playing outside.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. It's also a good thing that you cast light, because it is pitch black in this room, which is about a 25 by 25 foot square room. And you can see Caden is pressing something on the eastern wall when you walk in. And he says, "I bet you can't catch me." Also, in this room are stacks of crates and the presence of 3 catlings. The catling is a humanoid that's part cat, part human. And each of these catlings is actually carrying a longsword. And you can hear one of them say, "Paula, Caden's brought us some fresh meat. Guess we got to do what we got to do, defend ourselves." And it's at that moment you realize a battle is about to break out. Could I get each of you to please roll for initiative?
Oh,
Can't kill
boy.
this.
I shouldn't have cast that. Oh well. Okay.
Why is it so freaking cold in my room?
I know. I was just thinking. I was like, I need to go.
I have to keep my door open.
Socks on.
10 team.
15 you got?
No, I'm part of the 10 team. Emily and I both got 10.
Okay, sorry about that. And Ash.
I got 12.
These 3 sort of brown furred feline creatures with long swords are excited that Caden has brought some new people to the room. Before we start this battle, Milo and Elena, you both rolled a 10. So we usually decide based on who has a greater dexterity modifier, or the two of you could just agree on who wants to go first.
I don't mind if you want to go first, Emily.
Sure, I'll go first.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first to act is the catling that is furthest south in the room. Brandishes its sword menacingly and hisses and says, "Katie, I got the one in the front, the barbarian-looking one. She takes two. That was a nat 2. She takes 2 steps forwards and swings her sword, and for some reason decides to aim it right at the ground in front of your boots. And says, "Oh, I missed the barbarian."
I'm gonna give her a look.
She hisses back at you. Her friend, and she shouts at her friend, "Katie, you take care of her." And Katie, apparently is her name, runs forward and also tries to strike at you, Elena, with her longsword.
Okay.
That's a 21.
That hits.
That's a hit. 21 with a longsword is 1d8.
God, I forgot how sad it is to only have 14 hit points. Am I gonna die?
I'm probably gonna die in this match.
So this catling named Katie slices her long sword directly down the front of your chest, and you find yourself, Elena, now bleeding from your side. That's 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
We're now at 7.
Okay.
And the hat, once that hat hits you, all the cats in the room are like hissing, like, yes! Ash is next to Ash. So Ash, you're standing in the front line next to Elena, who's just been slashed quite brutally.
I am going to cast Healing Word on Olena.
Okay.
Let me see. That is going to be 5 points of healing. Yes, 5 for you. Healing Word is a bonus action, right?
Yeah, you can take your bonus
Okay.
action first.
Okay.
If you still want to move or attack, you can still do that.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll move right here. I'll just move up 1
Okay.
and then yell at him saying, "You cat thing, don't hurt Olena. She's dressed nicely. You ruined her dress." That's just, I can't believe it. And then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, okay.
That's a dex save, I believe.
Dex save.
No, is that not a dex?
10.
That fails. It's a 13. So that is 7 points of damage.
And Sacred Flame, how does it work? Out of your hands or out of your... How does it work?
I believe out of my hands. I'm just like putting my hands up and then my radiant flame coming up.
Okay, Ash, you step forward and castigate and tease this cat for slashing at Elena, and with the as soon as you say the words of this spell, this catling in front of you has gone up in flames, leaving bony ashes on the ground in front of you. So this catling is now dead.
Oops.
Oops.
And you can hear Caden and the other catling in the background say, "No! That's our friend!"
I'll heal him at the end, just attacking us.
Alright, so is that the end of your turn, Ash, or are you doing anything else?
That's the end.
Do you move? Okay. So this other cat, there's one other catling standing in the back wall, standing next to Caden, who's got a short bow, and she's gonna shoot her short bow directly at you, Ash, and says, "You hurt my friend, I'm gonna hurt you." That's a 14?
Does not hit. I think that's what his head.
Does not hit. So the arrow
Damn.
bounces. You're wearing leather?
Yeah, leather.
The
I
arrow
have a
bounces
shield.
off your leather armor, and this catling can see that she has missed, and she hisses and says, "That was straight up a terrible fumble, but I'm out of here." You can see that she's pressing something on the wall, and she has disappeared behind the wall. I'm not sure where she is right now.
With Caden or without Caden? Is that his name?
Without Caden.
Without Caden. Okay.
It's now Caden's turn. So Caden also got an 11. Sorry. And Caden does the same thing. He presses some button on the wall and seems to have... he shouts at you and says that you can't catch us! And it seems like he has also disappeared behind the wall.
Don't make a bet, you're just going to lose.
So right now it's a party of 4 with one pile of ashes in front of them and one cat standing with a long sword in front of Elena. And it is now Elena's turn.
I mean, should I kill this pussycat? I'm going to. I'm probably not actually. 9 to hit.
9 misses.
Damn it!
So you swing with your axe and you fumble in the same manner. You end up swiping at this dirt
I forgot
floor.
that I rage. That's exciting.
Maybe your next turn.
Yeah. Oh, bonus action, I'll enter a rage.
Oh, bonus action, enter a rage. Do you want to describe what happens?
I would like to rage. I don't know, like my hood's back. You see maybe some veins pop out in my head, like I'm very angry. And you know when you're like, you meet the Russian grandma, and you know she's going to hit you with a shoe? I'm like that, but I have a great axe.
Wonderful. All right, Elena, I think that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Milo next.
All right, I'm gonna say, well, geez, that's just not too hospitable of you all, and then I'm gonna move my guy and take a whack at this guy right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 16, I think, plus 4.
What kind of weapon are you using?
Great axe, one hand with the shield.
Great axe. Okay, and you have a shield, so go ahead and roll for damage. That's a hit.
Okay. That's 8.
8. And with one huge swing of your great axe, you manage to lodge the blade right in the head of this catling who screams at you, "No, you just killed Cat Venator!" Bleeding out of her head, and she is dead on this dirt ground. And that's the end of this battle.
Milo just starts throwing up because he's never killed anyone before.
Oh, God!
First time for everything.
Yeah.
I pat us back and say, it's okay. We've all been there.
It's true.
This gives a thumbs up as he's like.
I'm going to propose that we take a break. I'm going to also award everybody 150 experience points for all the interaction and uncovering rooms and everything so far. So you can go ahead and take 150.
What did I just do?
And we will resolve whatever it is you'd like to do next when we come back from this break.
So Matt, did we just kill some kids?
Did we
killed
just kill
some catlings.
But they're kid cats, or?
Oh, they looked like they were adult cats.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
I was
bit.
like, this
Siri
is like a
didn't do
child.
anything.
that
Siri,
was
who
over in
currently
one
looks like a
round.
child, is just like.
Oh.
Milo spends life in prison for murdering some kid. But,
No.
no.
Self-defense. They came at you first.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
True. That's what we tell ourselves.
No, I just couldn't remember if you described them as like young kids or not, or yeah. So it makes me feel good that I didn't just murder some little kid.
So you're standing in a room with all these. There are a good number, about 6 to 12 crates and barrels along the perimeter of the room that you're currently in. You can see that there's a doorway leading north, a doorway leading south, and you can see the outline of a secret door that goes east. But as the other Catling and Caden had already disappeared behind it, you don't exactly know how they were able to exit. You can see that they pressed something there, but you don't exactly know where it is. And of course, there is the door that you came in, which is to the west. So you have a couple different directions to go in. You have some ashes on the ground. What would you like to do?
Uh,
Does anyone have any paper? Or a pen? I think we could, if we make a little map of what this space looks like after we exit through the door, then we can show it to his father and embarrass the shit out of him.
Oh. Yeah, I definitely have. Yes, I have some ink, an ink pen, and paper.
Okay. If you hand that to Elena, she'll make a little like diagram of the room and then note where the secret door is. And then once we go into the next room, she'll mark it down, whatever we see, if we get there.
Milo's checking in a box to see what's in the boxes.
The first box that you look in, it looks like empty wine bottles.
Any wines I would know?
I say, what brand?
These all look like Zadaxi wine, made by the most famous wine family in town, the Lawsons.
Okay.
Can I check another crate?
Yes. Siri, you find the same thing. Some empty bottles of Lawson wine, and then you find them in another crate.
Are they like empty, like everything's dry inside? Is it like some that I can like...
Pretty much everything is dry inside.
Taste it.
Yeah.
You wish you could taste it. You wish there was a drop of this wine, but unfortunately these bottles have long dried out. There's even a little bit of dust.
I just toss the bottle over my shoulder and then walk to like look at the secret door.
How long does your light spell last, by the way?
My light spell is a cantrip. It just keeps going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Siri definitely understands that this light spell needs to continually be recast because it's complete darkness in this room. You can see along the walls there are sconces where torches could go, but there are no torches in any of the sconces.
Cool.
I'll light the torch.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Everyone can see just fine. Yeah.
And I can put it on the sconce nearest to the secret door so we can look for the...
Okay. So, Olena, since you're leading the charge, could you make an investigation check with advantage?
That's my investigation. Let's take a little look here.
Cantrip lasts for 1 hour, by the way. The
1 hour? Okay, great.
12.
Well, Olena, you find a small, like dirt. It looks like dirt. It's a button where you press it. There's a little bit of discoloration, and you're assuming that pressing this button will unlock the secret door that goes east.
I'll call everyone over, and I'll note it down on my little thing, like what it looks like, and like make a note, and then be like, I'm raging, by the way, this entire time.
Just rage searching for this button. Where the hell is this thing?
I'm going to press the button, and I press the button.
It opens up the secret door that goes east. You can see that the passageway continues down east for about 40 to 50 feet, and that this passage east turns to the left about halfway down the tunnel, and at the very end of the tunnel you can see the catling that ran away standing next to Caden. They realize that somebody has opened the secret door, and the cat says, "Caden, run!"
Then I'm freaking dashing down that hallway.
Are you re-engaging in combat?
Yeah.
Can everybody roll for initiative again, please?
Why did I just roll 3 dice?
I got a 10 again.
I rolled a 10, but I got a 12.
I got 19.
19.
Nice.
Thanks.
That means first to act is Ash. Ash, what would you like to do?
I'm going to dash forward, and I'm gonna go here, and then I'm going to say to this catling, "Don't fight us, or I will turn you to ash." And then I'm gonna hold my action, and if he attacks, I'm gonna sacred flame him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he attacks, you will sacred flame him. Good. We're gonna go to the catling next. The catling says to you, "Oh, don't rush." And she whips out her crossbow and aims directly at you, Ash.
Okay.
That is a 19, which I'm sure will hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't.
Is
I'm not used to being close. Come on.
that is 4 points of piercing damage?
That's fine. That's fine. I'm up.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this catling is now going to run somewhere down the
Wait.
corridor where you cannot see him. See
Does
her.
my reaction happen before?
Oh, your reaction would happen first. I'm sorry.
Okay, but like after he's tapped, like before
Yes.
he runs.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Dex save, 13. DC?
13.
Yeah.
Oh, she got a 17.
Damn it. Okay. Fine.
So you shoot the flame in her direction, and she kind of like sidesteps it and runs away from the scene. You cannot see. You do not have a line of sight on her.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that'll be my turn. Or my reaction.
That was your reaction. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to Siri next. Siri, currently standing next to Olena, behind the secret door, which is open.
Okay, Caden is still there. Okay, I mean, shit. I'm gonna use my movement to move into the door.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm within range. I guess I'll have to use more of my movement. I'll use all my movement. I think that's within 30. Ooh, I don't know if I can make it in time. 30.
30. Are you dashing, or what are you doing?
No, I was just gonna try to cast a spell, but he's out of my range.
He's out of range.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, instead of that, 'cause I'm still disguised with the little kids, right?
You still look like a little kid right now, yeah.
So I'm gonna run in. I'm gonna see that like I can't get close enough to him. I guess I noticed this passageway, right?
Yeah,
So
you
kind
can
of-
see down the northern passageway, yes.
Yeah. So I just want to get a little bit of covering between for me and myself. So before I like turn this corner to get some covering, I'm just gonna shout out to him like mimic as one of the little kids kind of thing.
Okay.
And I'll be like, I don't know. What is something a little kid would say to another little kid? Kaden, you a booger eater! I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery on him.
Okay, so, before...
Wisdom,
vicious-
yeah.
So let me just get this straight. So you walk to this intersection, and then you walk into the passageway? The northern
So I'm
one?
coming, so I'm walking in, right? Or running
Okay.
in, I guess, from the door.
Mhm.
I realize that I can't get to where I want to be. So I just,
Okay.
before I like run to kind of hide behind this little wall area,
Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna like point to him and cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
It's
So-
a wisdom save from you.
Before that happens,
Mhm.
Siri, as you turn the corner, you realize that you stepped on a stone plate, and you hear something trigger from the ceiling above, and you can hear that it's something heavy that's about to be dropped on you. So I need you to make an athletics check to see if you can get out of the way of whatever it is that's about to drop.
Not an acrobatics check to kind of dive.
I'm sorry, acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics.
That's right.
Oh boy. 12?
You needed a 13. So from the ceiling, Caden says, "Look out!" A wooden bucket of rocks falls on top of you for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then you can continue to run into the corner and cast Vicious Mockery, it is?
Yeah.
Does he make a save?
Wisdom.
What is it that you say?
That he's a booger eater.
He says, well, I love boogers. He got an 18.
Okay.
So you're just speaking the truth. Whoever you are.
That's my turn. Bonus action. Bonus. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save my bonus action. Yeah, that's my turn.
Caden says, "You guys will never catch me at this rate." And he runs down the southern part of the passage, which is a different way than his halfling friend ran. And neither Ash nor Serenity nor Siri have him in their sights anymore. That's the end of Caden's turn. Next act is Milo.
Cool. I'll run my 25 feet and just yell after Caden. Caden, hey there, bud. You better stop or I'm gonna have to tell your dad you tried to get me and my buddies murdered.
All right, is that the end of your turn, Milo?
Yeah, trying to convince him to stop running from us.
And Olena is next. Finish the round.
I'll walk forward to where Ash is.
Okay.
And then mark, and then I'll pass Milo and stand sort of in the middle of this hallway. Mark where everything is on my piece of paper, and where Siri's standing, make like an X, like there's a trap there. And then I'll walk the rest of my 30 feet, which is I'm probably where I would be.
Okay.
And then scan for any other traps.
So
it's too many things to do in a turn.
There's too many actions. Like
yeah.
I would allow the first action of writing everything on your map.
That's
but
perfect.
The second action to also scan. I don't know that I could do that unless it was a bonus.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah. So
okay.
I'll just be like, damn, this is terrible.
But you can see poor Siri has been knocked about by these rocks that came from the ceiling. Siri does not look happy about this. All right. Well, you can't see either of your enemies right now, so it's the start of the second round, or you can disengage from combat. Ash, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I forgot my name. I'm Ash. Yes, I am going to. I'm gonna cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Siri. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it on Siri.
Do you need line of sight to do that? Do you have to walk ahead to see?
Yes, I do need to see. Thanks. I'm gonna walk here and be like, Siri, here, have
right
this.
on top of the trap again? You're
Wait,
walk right on top of the trap that I...
Well,
okay.
The trap has sprung already, so
okay.
Ash moved there. You'll see if anything else happens.
I thought it happened when you moved into that.
It happened right on this spot.
Okay, I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Hi.
So you avoid the spot where the trap came off.
And I'm going to use Healing Word on you. And let's see how much. It's gonna take a minute to roll. That's gonna be 5.
I am back full. Thank you.
Good.
All right.
You just see Siri. She's like, "This is really just not fun. Why are we chasing this child?
No.
Can't we just go to his father?"
Well, let's try and figure out what we can and just get this youngster in as much trouble as we can, because at this point he's really irking me, and I'm just really tired of chasing after him.
If I get hit one more time, then I can bring this wound to his father and be like, I'm a respectable woman, your son forced this cat person to hit me, and you can tell the whole story. And
yeah.
I'm bleeding.
All of you are noticing that this whole passageway seems very roughly hewn, and that there are prints on the wall that look like human handprints, but they could also be cats' handprints that are on the walls. It's all kind of rough hewn ceiling, walls, and floor.
Well, something tells me that there's going to be a lot more tricks underfoot here. Might as well keep an eye out.
So yeah, I say we just check for traps and follow after Caden and see where he's off to, because I really want to just bring him back to his dad and really just get him in trouble, because he's really, like I said, irking me quite a bit.
I hope he gets his fucking ass whipped.
I agree.
Oh, sure, yeah, you could say that too, but yeah.
Maybe we try not to engage with his little cat people.
That sounds
Although
like
I want to
idea.
kill that last one, because
Oh, sure.
Okay. I'll keep this map going.
All right, so Caden first, and then we'll go kill that little kitty.
Let's do it.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Carefully.
Should we roll to check for traps or something?
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me where you want to go and what you want to do. So we're out of combat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to hug this side of the wall and just like look to make sure I'm not going to step on anything that would trigger a trap.
Let's make that a perception check.
Okay.
Can we all do this check, or is it just one person? Or
You could do a group check if you all wanted to do it.
I would like to help.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely be
all of
looking.
you can
Probably
make a
should. I
perception
rolled
check
an 8.
along the southern
Okay.
wall. Yeah.
Not 20.
Hey,
Nice.
Siri's like, I'm not getting hit by rocks again. No.
I rolled an 8, so good thing you rolled a nat 20.
19.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Altogether, I rolled a 9. So.
Oh,
Okay, so it's a group check, so 2 out of the 4 of you made it. You do not detect any traps on the wall. However, Olena has walked much farther east on the passage, and she sees in front of a doorway 2 chickens just kind of like moving their heads. So there's these 2 random chickens standing in this dark hallway.
Okay, I'm going to note down the chickens. I'm going to do a very accurate depiction of chickens. I'm going to draw one right now. Chicken. That kind of looks like a duck, but that's okay. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good chicken now that I see so myself. Oh my
I peered over her shoulder. Oh, that's pretty good. That's
Thank you. I'm kind of impressed by myself. I never took any, calligraphy skills or anything, but I feel like I could.
You could do it. You could do it.
I'm gonna wave at the chickens.
Milo's stomach just growls because he still hasn't eaten.
You want me to kill one for you?
No.
I feel like they're
No.
exploding chickens. Okay.
Exploding chickens.
I don't know. I'm nervous about the
They
chickens.
might be trapped.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
I say we keep after Caden, see what he's up to.
Okay, so as you recall, Milo, Caden entered the double doors going south.
I would follow south then.
Check for traps on door.
Check for
Yeah.
traps on door. Okay, so if everybody's doing
gonna
this, this
be-
would be a group check. If only one of you is doing this, one of you is doing something else, then let me know.
Wait, I have a thing. I could volunteer open the door, and then we all stand back. What happens? And then we can just trap would be if we open the door.
Oh, that's a very good
That's
idea.
fine.
Okay.
I will thaumaturgy open the door, assuming it's unlocked.
Okay, do you want to narrate what happens when you say or do that?
Yes. I just sorry. I just like speak a few words under my breath, and then the door in front of us just like very rapidly like just bursts open. It slams open, and yeah.
Okay.
Does
So you're
anything
standing right in
happen?
front of the door.
Wait, me? Oh, I'm like standing back a bit. I'm like standing. Like maybe like, yeah, like let's all stand back just in case it's trapped. And I
Okay.
I
have to
stand in front of you with the shield up,
Oh,
just
that's-
ready to go.
with this. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I stand behind all of them, the two of them. I'm like,
I stand
So
here
you're
with
moving
my paper.
closer. It looks like you're moving closer to where the chickens are. So the chickens are kind of moving out of your way.
That's good. I don't trust chickens.
Ash, the door busts wide open, and you can see in the room to the south.
That's a good chicken.
My
That's
chicken.
pretty
oh, where? I want to see. Sorry.
It's terrible, but I love it.
Oh, it's great.
It's
Cute.
good. You know exactly what it is when you look at it.
You can see directly in the room to the south 6 beds with pillows and these kind of like dirty-looking comforters or duvets.
Oh God.
Um,
Sorry, I was just looking at the mob boss that was in the room.
yes. You can see Caden is standing actually only about 15 feet away from where the door is. Oops. Standing behind Caden are 2 cats. One looks like the cat is kind of wearing a purple suit with a red cravat or a tie, and he's kind of like moving his paws like he's greedy or something like that. And there's another cat in the room that has kind of like bangs, red-haired bangs, and gold rim eyeglasses, and he's standing quite regally in the room. These are both giant. I shouldn't say giant. These are both very big-looking cats, and they all look upset when you fling open the door, Ash. As you fling open the door, you see Milo and Ash see from the ceiling a bucket start to move, sorts of fly towards you from inside that room. So I'd like you to both make an athletics check with advantage because you have much more time this time to get out of the way of whatever is in that bucket. So that's from Milo and Ash. You can both make an athletics check, please.
Okay.
I'm going to draw that there's a bucket.
You're gonna draw a bucket.
Siri is now like leaning over your shoulder, like, usually you don't draw the things that can change over time.
Oh.
You should draw the things that are rather permanent. Yeah.
16 altogether for me.
16? Okay.
Yeah.
And Ash?
I got a 7.
Oh,
So
man.
Ash, Milo, you're able to dodge out of the way. So I'm going to move your character out of the way. And the contents of this bucket that fall on you, Ash, are chicken feathers. And they're all kind of like have at the quill end of the feather. It's a little bit sticky, and about 10 of these feathers are stuck to you. So it doesn't hurt at all, but they're just on you, and it looks like you have weird feathers coming out of your armor.
This is different.
I had dresses that are uglier than that, so I think you're okay.
Okay, I'll go with it.
I pat away the feathers, and as I'm doing so, I lay on Hanser and heal her for 4 points. I'm just like, oh, there.
Thank you.
You're all right. You're
Before
okay.
you do that, Milo, can everybody please roll for initiative again?
Oh,
Okay.
crap! Oh my god, this is much better this time.
19, all right. 19.
19 for Milo. 19.
I cannot edit mine, but I got 17.
17 for Olena. What was yours, Ash?
I got 4. I already
4?
put it in
Okay.
the turn order.
Siri,
Yeah,
you got
same. I did the same.
10?
I put it in already. Yeah.
Oh, I
Thank
didn't
you so
realize
much.
that. That's cool.
All right, so
We're not going to kill the boy, are we?
I don't think we should.
I mean,
We should.
the
No.
punishment
Maybe
should
we
match
take him on our backs to his father.
Yeah.
Embarrass him throughout the town.
Get a little extra gold in the process.
Blackmail her.
so as you're having this discussion, Milo, you're going first.
Can
like
I
to
do
read?
my lay on hands thing now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's my action.
Who are you doing it on? On Ash?
Yeah, on Ash. I'm healing her back up to full with 4 out of the 5.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I'll mark that.
You still have movement, Milo. If you wanted to move in through the door or back
Yeah.
into the passage, it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move into the room. I'm gonna move into the room and just be like, now, Caden, that's just. Now I'm really starting to get peeved here. You're treating my friends like garbage, and I just don't like that. Putting feathers all over them and stuff.
Caden snipes back and said, "Didn't you just murder my friend Kat Benatar?
He had it coming.
She was one of my best friends."
What are the other cats' names?
I know that Paula Abdul is still alive. She ran down the other way.
She's not what I'm here for, bud. I'm here to take you home to your dad because this is just too much for any 9-year-old to deal with, bud.
All right, Milo. So we're gonna call that as the end of your turn. Olena, you are next to Ash.
Okay. Do the other cats look like they're
They are
gearing up
shocked.
to fight?
They are shocked that you open the door like this, and they do look like they're ready to fight.
Okay. So I'm going to put my map away. That's my action. Bless you. That was my roommate. She apologized.
Olena, you have movement too if you want to take
Yes, I'm going to walk as far as I can into the room. Not as far as I can. I'm gonna like stand beside Milo. And pull out my great axe.
it. Okay.
And sorry, just looking on my. That's it.
Right. So Caden, when you join in the room, Caden says, "I thought you were going to be a nice one."
I'll just rage next turn before I attack.
Oh, did you say that again?
My rage is a bonus action, so I'm not gonna rage this turn. I'm just gonna rage before I attack next turn.
Okay.
Unless it gives me half damage on things. Wait.
It does.
It does, yeah.
I'm gonna rage.
All right, so Elena is entering a rage. Let's put a funny symbol on you. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Siri, I think you're next.
Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Siri is. What else I can get? I don't want to block Ash. I guess I'll just come up a little bit and here. Yeah. I can see Caden through the door.
You can see Caden, yes, through the doors.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, I thought we were your friends. I thought you were maybe gonna allow us to join you. And I'm gonna try to cast Charm Person on him.
Oh, okay.
It's another Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Here we go. 14.
Yeah, he saves.
The sheer force of his mind, Caden shakes off whatever hex or curse you were sending in his direction. He says, "Nice try, kid. Who are you?"
That's right. I still look like a kid.
Yeah, I didn't see you in the bar earlier.
I just like flip him off.
You leprosy laden lad, get out of here. This is not for this place is for grown-ups and me.
From back there, I'm just gonna like point at Milo and be like, my friends are gonna circumcise you. I'll give Milo bardic inspiration again.
Oh, okay. All right. So Milo has bardic inspiration. Is that the end of your turn, Siri?
Yeah.
All right. So the cat that is kind of dressed in a suit, he's speaking like a cartoon gangster. He's like, yeah. Kind of like cracks his knuckles. Wow, I just cracked my knuckles. And he pounces forward to stand right next to Caden, and he tries to scratch at Milo. That's an 8. That's gonna miss. Yep. So he like whiffs at air. Milo's way too fast, so Milo dodges the attack, and that's the end of that cat's turn. We're gonna go to Ash next. So Ash, you have some feathers on you, I guess, still, and it's not hurting you. But your friends have gone into the room. What do you do?
Sorry, I am going to go forward and kind of like hide behind this door. And I am going to shout at Olena, "You got this!" And I'm going to give her, like, cast guidance on her.
On Olena? Okay.
Do I still have guidance? Or
I think it
No,
only
that
lasts
one's
1
gone now.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that give me?
That is, I believe, a D4 to. Yeah.
Attack rolls and saving throws?
One ability.
Ability check with your
Wait.
choice.
Hold on. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to Sacred Flame the big boy cat. I mean, like the big.
The one that
mob
looks like he's
boss
wearing a suit?
cat. Yeah, the suit
Okay,
cat.
go ahead.
Like me.
Do you have a mustache?
He has a
Yes.
slight cat mustache, yes.
Horrifying.
Yeah. That's horrifying as your overbite.
It braces, you asshole!
He needs to make a dex saving throw.
You can put your braces in the kitty litter.
I'm going to pummel you.
Do it.
Do I need to make a roll action? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll make a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. 18.
That passes. I don't do anything.
Not like
So
half
again,
damage.
this cat is like
Oh god.
has cat-like reflexes
Yeah,
and is able to dodge this flame that you shoot out of your hands.
doing too good. Yeah. That'll be my
Nice
turn.
try, wizard, whatever you are.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
Appreciate the support.
Of your enemy. Amy as a cleric is amazing so far.
All
All right. This cat is going to move to stand next to his cat colleague friend. So the cat with the red bangs and glasses stands next to his friend, and he tries to scratch at Olena. And as he tries to strike, so he rolled a 4, natural 4, so he's gonna miss. As he tries to strike you, he's like singing a song.
I'm nervous.
No, he's not gonna. He said he's like loosening up his throat. check. And you can tell that he's about to start singing, but he's not gonna do it this turn.
God, please don't sing. I don't have the patience.
He's gonna end his turn right there. It's Caden's turn. Caden says, "You're never gonna catch me, and you're never gonna tell my dad what I'm doing down here." So he's gonna run away from you, Milo. So if you want, you can take an opportunity attack if you would like to strike Caden.
If I could, but I want to do it like non-lethally. I want to just like
You can if you want to
try
make
and
an
knock
attack.
him out. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just like smack him with your axe and stuff.
So 16
Just turn it
plus 4, I believe.
That hits. Tell us how much damage you do.
7.
So with a huge swing of your axe, you slam it into Caden's side. He begins bleeding.
Oh God!
Profusely. He's like, "You hit a kid? You hit a kid? What's wrong with you, mumble crunches? I'm getting out of here." And his movement is long enough that he can run to the western side of the room, in between 2 beds, and you can see him press some sort of button on the wall. And that's actually the end of his turn. He is bleeding out. It's a horror. There's blood splatter on the floor. The cats are like freaking out and meowing, mewing.
It's not lethal.
Yeah, I wanted to like punch him or something.
It's not lethal. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but wow, Milo, you're really taking out your frustrations on kids. That's the end of that round. We're going to start at the top of the next round, and Milo, actually, it's your turn.
So at the cat that took a swipe at me, I'm gonna just swing right back at him.
Yeah. Go ahead and try.
18 plus 4, 22.
That's a hit.
Okay. So I'll roll on this again. Looks like 5 altogether. So 5 damage.
Simon, with your axe, you caught him around the front of his suit. So the front of his suit kind of unbuttoned, and you chopped off part of his tie. He's what? Why is halflings gotta do stuff like this?
And I just say, "Oh, hey there, bud. Sorry to ruffle your feathers." And, that's the end of my turn.
Feathers, is that all you got? Olena, it's your turn to act.
I'll hit the same guy that Milo just hit and ignore the singing man in front of me altogether.
Okay. And you're raging now?
I'm raging now, of course. You know. Yeah.
And you have Bard's Inspiration? Or guide?
I have guidance. Oh no, I don't have guidance.
You don't have guidance. Okay, sorry.
Okay, I gain an advantage on strength check, not attack, so it's still just a regular attack.
Okay.
I ever hit? Oh my god, no, I won't. 8.
8's not enough.
I
You swing with your axe, and this cat
all my
is too
dice.
fast. He dodges and jumps out of the way of your arc.
And I will scream in rage because now I'm just very angry. God damn it! And that's my turn.
Yeah, you're ugly when you're angry.
I know! Never mind, I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah, just stand there with your braces.
I will!
Serenity, it's your turn.
Siri's gonna like see the cat clearing their throat and be like, "This is an amateur hour," and cast a vicious mockery on them.
Oh no. Okay. What does he need to do? A save?
Wisdom save again, yeah.
Wisdom save. His wisdom's not very good, but he got a 13.
He makes it.
Ooh, what did you try to say to him?
I Told him it's not amateur hour.
It's not amateur hour. He's like, well, it takes one to know one. Amateur.
Like, you haven't heard me perform yet.
I don't think any of us are going to.
Oh, Ash knows that I can perform just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much movement do I have?
You have enough movement to get in there.
15, 20. Yeah, I'm just. Oh god, I don't want to get hit. Nope, I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay.
My turn.
Okay.
Oh, I have one more bardic. I'll give the final bardic to the barbarian. Actually, let me see if I have a barbarian.
Please help
song.
me. Please, God.
So
I can't hit.
as he calls me an amateur, I just like turn my lute around. I'm like, oh really? And I go,
I'm gonna cry.
Barbarian, barbarian, range on my man, barbarian. You're kind of short and crazy, probably a bit hairy, barbarian.
I am not hairy, but yes, thank you.
Okay, sorry.
I wax.
I'll give you my final bardic.
Thank you.
This cat in the suit is like, who is this kid? Singing.
56.
The D6.
All right. So
So we
the
both
cat.
have inspiration still, right? Like it doesn't just
Yeah.
switch out to one person. Okay.
It dies away after 10 minutes, but you both should still have.
Okay, cool.
So the cat in a suit, or part of a suit, because Milo just slashed him, is going to defend himself and try to claw at Milo. That's a 12?
18,
He's gonna
yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
Tries to scratch you. He misses, and you can see he's kind of looking around the room, looking at possible exits. He says, I don't know what to do. I gotta defend myself, but I don't want to die.
Nowhere
he's
to
gonna-
run, buddy.
He's gonna end his turn right there. Ash, you're next.
I'm gonna, you're right, there's nowhere to run. And I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at him, so DC 13 wisdom save. Or
On
dex save, sorry.
On the cat
Yeah.
with the suit.
Yeah, cat with suit.
He rolled a 7.
That fails!
Oh.
Yes. Let me wait till my die finishes rolling. That's a 2. 2 radiant flame damage.
And you singed the top of his hair. You can see Caden turns around and says, "No! You set meaty paws on fire! What are you
Yes,
doing
I
to my
did.
friends, you freaks?"
Circumcising them!
I don't know what that is, but
Take my
You'll
ass.
find out
you
soon!
eat boogers!
You eat.
Pretty sure you do, that's what the kids outside were saying.
It's Ash, is at the end of your turn.
Yes, it is.
A literal
All right.
child.
The cat in front of Elena says, "I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind."
I mind!
Aw,
Aw.
nat 20.
To
So
me?
that's actually a 24.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I tabbed because.
Yeah,
I'm
it's halved
raging.
anyway, because you're raging. Yeah.
So it's half of the.
the
It's
double.
supposed to be 6, so 3 points slashing damage.
Ha!
Is that 6
already half.
and then doubled?
Oh, I was supposed to do double. I
Because
did not do double.
Shit!
So it would have been 12, but half of that is 6.
so
Yeah,
6.
just-
So
Okay.
So I'm at 6.
take 6.
Thank you.
How do you like that?
I'm
Oh.
a wonderful thief.
Amateur.
At least this amateur scored a hit.
That's true. I'm struggling a lot with that right now, actually.
It's now Caden's turn. Caden is gonna press something on the wall and disappear once more down some passageway that looks like it escapes going west. That's the end of the second round. We're gonna go back to the start of the round. Round 3, starting with Milo. Milo, you have 2 cats in front of you. One of them's been singed in his hair. He lost his tie.
So am I able to smack someone and then move, or?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and take another swing at the guy in the suit.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Yes.
So-
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My worst
I'm
nightmare.
gonna try rolling in the system too, because clearly.
So then I just roll and then double the dice.
Double the damage, then you add your modifier if you have.
So 14 plus 2. 16.
This cat is way dead.
Okay.
Strike
And
your
then,
axe right across its throat. You behead this cat, such that his head is on the ground. The tie and the suit kind of like loosen up and crumple on his poor body, and you can't even see the features of his face anymore because of how massive your strike was.
Second kill of the day and also of his life.
So now that he's dead, I'm thinking of the
Still
layout
moves.
of this basement, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go block the entrance, so I'm gonna run actually backwards now.
Okay. So if you run backwards, the cat with the bangs will get an opportunity attack.
That's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah.
So let's roll that first. That's at 22. It's gonna hit.
That hits, yeah.
For slashing damage of 2 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
He just nicked you as you were running away. So you managed to escape the room with most of your health intact. You're at 8. Is that the end of your action then?
Yeah.
Olena, you have a cat in front of you. You have a cat that is totally dead also right next to you. What do you do?
I'm going to hit the cat in front of me. If 15, but plus things because I am rolling a thing. Oh my god, that's 20.
Hey.
I finally hit something. All I've ever wanted.
20! How much damage is that?
Oh, I rolled a 12 on my d12. That's so sexy. Okay. Sorry. 15 damage.
15 damage. Like, he looks at himself as he sees us barbarians slash him across his chest with your axe, and he starts to sing before he falls to his death.
No.
And I guess that's why they call it a bruise.
That was terrible. You deserve to die.
Exactly.
And looks like for the moment there's nothing else in this room.
Milo's still just booking it towards the entrance of the basement.
Milo's
Oh my
still
God.
moving.
We're like,
Hold on.
Milo, what are you doing?
I'm blocking the exit.
Should
Two melee damage.
we go forward then? You've got
Yep.
the entrance and.
Meet you in the next room.
Right, okay. I turn to the rest of them like, maybe one of us should go with him and other
Okay.
two go after. Okay, I'll go and then
You
you
go
go.
ahead.
Healers.
Yeah, we'll go this way.
Separate the healers. I will go with you, Ash.
Okay.
Let us open this door.
I don't have heals left, but okay.
Oh god, that's
I also
horrifying.
don't have any spells.
Oh no, but maybe we have we have 1 point of lay on hands. Is that the case?
Yeah, just 1 point of land. So
Okay.
that's all I got left.
I have
We'll see how
something
it
too.
goes.
Okay.
I think
I
we'll wind up in the
will
same-
follow Milo to the entrance.
Let's
So
So
go
right
down
now,
this
Milo
secret
and
passage.
Serenity are running back towards the entrance of this basement chamber, and they are noticing as they're running, one of the chickens has followed them the whole way. Meanwhile, Ash and Elena are in the room with the beds, and the other chicken has kind of like waddled into the room just to
I
kind of
kind
see
of
what's
want to
going
kill
on.
this chicken.
Yeah, I don't like
I mean-
that. I don't like that.
He's following
So-
us. It's kind of creepy.
I'm going to go and pick up the chicken by the throat.
Pick it up by the throat, okay? He's gonna try to make a strength to avoid being grappled. So you
And
need
if
to
you're
roll a
still
strength roll.
raging, don't you?
I'm
have
still
advantage?
raging, so I have
Oh, you're still
advantage.
Yeah,
raging.
strength the chicken.
Ah!
Well, you got a nat 1, so you have a chicken in your hand now.
I'm gonna shake it a little bit.
Okay.
And then set it back down. And pat it on the head. And say I'm sorry.
Are you
My
still
rage got the
raging?
better of me. Yes, I'm angry patting it on the head.
This chicken looks totally confused by what's happening right now.
Okay, goodbye, chicken.
You saw it saw the danger in its eyes, like I'm about to die, and you let it go.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a human person disguised as a chicken.
Just kind of walking around, looking at the dead bodies of these two cats, picking.
I want to look through the pockets of the cats. Sorry.
Let's go.
So
Okay.
excited.
I'm back with Milo, just being like,
I'm just checking the door for traps. I'm like, jumping, trying to see if there's anything.
I'll check the portions that he can't reach.
Olena, around, so the cat that was murdered by Milo, the one that was wearing a suit, has a misshapen steel ring around one of its paw fingers that you could remove now that it's dead. If
I'll
you
grab
wanted
it.
to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the pockets of the other one, the only thing that you notice is that under its collar, it has a cat tag, I guess, that says Sir Elton John.
I just killed Elton John.
I can't believe you.
So sorry. Gay icon Elton John.
Are you still raging?
Elton John.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I love tiny dancing.
You made me do this.
All right, so Milo and Siri, you're back in the first chamber of this whole complex, standing in front of these doors that you haven't gone down before. What are the two of you doing?
I just rolled a 19 for investigating for traps on the door.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna do the same. Sorry.
I have an answer for you.
I got a 16.
Milo, you can see, so this door that goes south is a normal door with a door handle. However, you can see that there is some sort of wire that is connected to the door. So you do see that there is a trap, and the trap is behind the door.
Oh, geez, I found a trap over here. I'm not sure if you have any ways of dealing with this, or if we should just go back to the group and see what they're up to, but part of me thinks we shouldn't let this little kid out of the basement here and make sure that he stays put. So I'm not sure if one of us should stay and the other go back to the group, or what's going on here.
I look at the chicken. We could throw the chicken onto the trap.
Ooh, I like that idea. Dinner and a show.
Can I reach into my pack? Do I have any rations? No, apparently I do not. Okay. I'm just I'm gonna go and try to collect the chicken. Be like, come on, come over here.
So this is grappling, so you need to make a strength roll.
Okay.
I'll help by kind of corralling it towards her.
Okay, so if you're helping Siri, you can take this with advantage.
Okay. Grab another dice. Do my fat dice. Ooh. Is this athletics?
Yeah, it's athletics.
Okay, that's a -1, so that's a 16.
He got a 13. So he looks like he's about to fly away, but you grab him right in time, and you've now got this chicken's neck in your palms.
Do we maybe we just open the door and we just
Maybe just chuck it into the wire and hide behind me and see what happens.
All right, sure. Not walk over to the door and wait for him to open the door and then chuck the chicken at the indicated wire.
Okay, so you open the door and you throw the chicken inside, such that it strikes the wire.
Yeah.
And a bucket from behind the door pours black tar all over the ground, and the chicken is now cannot move. It's flapping its wings and it's stuck to the ground.
I feel a little bad about that.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Sorry, little chicken, and just
Walk into the room and see what's in there.
So, are you walking directly on the tar? Because if so,
I was gonna say
try and skirt around.
Try jumping.
I'm gonna be like, wait, let's just, and then after I just said I feel a little bad about that, I'm gonna go to the corpses and take their clothes off and lay it on top of the bar.
Yep, that seems to do the trick.
She's doing is
Okay.
a little appalled, but then he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he helps.
That seems to do the trick. I mean, the chicken is still stuck, but the two of you are using the clothes of the dead catlings to cross over into the room, and you see that it is a dirt passageway that continues to go southeast around 20 feet up to another doorway.
Okay.
Should we go quietly?
Yeah, let's try and sneak up there. Oh yeah, that sounds great. All right, so I have to roll at disadvantage if we're gonna try and stealth.
Because of your armor.
Yeah.
Should we be opening this door, do you think? I'm going to say too.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to
On the other side?
Lana and Ash on the other side of the room.
Cool.
Should we roll our stealth checks just to see what they are?
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I
Okay.
got an 18 for
Ooh, I got
stealth.
a 9, so that's not great. And then
Could be worse.
We'll see what happens.
a 6. So
It was worse.
So Elena, you're walking towards the wall where Caden disappeared. Ash is behind you, and the chicken is also behind you.
Lena,
Yes.
let me help you out. Let's try to sneak up on him. Grab him.
And maybe look for traps on this door because last time we opened the door, you know.
Oh, you're right. But first, I touch her on the shoulder, and I give you advantage on stealth checks for 1 hour.
Oh my god! Thank you.
You're welcome. And then let's check for traps.
So you both need to make a investigation roll.
Ooh. Can't remember what my investigation is. 19.
15.
Neither of you detect any traps on this door, but you do see the button to press to open the door.
Let's open.
Open the door.
Okay, who's opening the door? Elena?
I
Or-
don't know
or-
if I'm still raging or not. Do you think I'm still raging?
You
Isn't it like-
tell me.
I'm raging. I open the door.
You furiously press this button,
I'm pissed at this little child.
and you come across a stone passageway that extends 10 feet going west to another wall. So there's a stone wall directly in front of you. Where did Caden go?
I'm going to look at the stone wall. That would be 12.
And that's make a perception roll, please.
I'm just going to look at it. Okay, I'm going to use my little bardic inspiration. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. It's not very good at all at this point. Oh, where the hell is my... 9.
So, judging from the pattern of the stone, this seems to be whatever. It seems to be that the quality of the stone cutting is far superior than any other room you've been in so far.
Yeah, it's very nice stone.
Yes.
Where did the child go?
Do you want me to call him out?
Yeah.
Okay, I use thaumaturgy and my voice booms 3 times by saying, like, Caden, come out!
Upon use of thaumaturgy, there is actually a secret door that opens up that reveals a diamond-shaped room behind
I
this
thought you were going
stone.
to say a diamond. I was like, oh my
Oh.
god.
Damn. My voice is so powerful.
Inside this room, you see tons more crates and stools and barrels, a couple of desks with some interesting-looking maps sitting on the desks. And on the far end of the room, in the western part of the room, you see Caden huddling, saying, "Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't tell my dad I'm here! Don't hurt me! I just wanted to make friends." So before
Sorry.
I give you a chance to go,
The woman was
Milo and Siri, trying to be stealthy.
Yeah, I'm kind of clanking up to the door and checking it
Yeah.
for traps again.
All right, so go ahead and make a investigation check.
5, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Milo, this door looks perfectly normal to you.
I rolled nat 1, so it looks normal.
All right.
Siri, you agree this door is a perfectly normal door.
Oh god.
And then he just kind of spits in his hand, wipes them together, and kicks open the door. And then
As you kick open the door, Milo, you can see along the top of the door there is a hook and something with a string attached to it. And as you open the door, at the end of that string is a lit torch, which comes hurtling toward both you and Siri. I'd like you to both make an athletics check to see if you can dodge this trap.
Oh no, I thought you
That's
were
acrobatics?
Sorry.
Yeah, acrobatics. Did I say athletics again? Acrobatics. Sorry.
No, I only ask because my strength is so low, so I'm like, acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Oh, mine's a +0. So
I got another nat 1. That was 2 nat 1s in a row.
7 for me. I'm sorry, I only kicked the door open because I thought you were far enough back that.
No, it's fine. I mean, I came out to look at the door as well.
So this torch swings from its hook and singes both of you on the back for 2 points of, I guess, fire damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it as it swings back, it kind of like detaches from the string that was on the door and falls to the ground. And you can see Caden 10 feet in front of you. Siri, you can also see that your friends, Ash and Elena, are behind a set of doors on the eastern part of the room. So you can see your allies actually on the other side of the room. Caden is begging with you, let me go, let me go, don't hurt
Alright.
me.
Here's the plan, kid.
Mm.
I'm going to look at the door first before I pass through it to see if there are any traps.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll, please. Investigation.
19. I mean 18.
Elena, you do not detect any traps on this floor.
Yeah, walk through the door.
Okay.
I say, here's the plan, kid. Writing everything, making a note, drawing.
So you're walking into the room.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to heal you and we're taking you to your dad. Do we have any healing?
I have my one point of lay on
I
hands.
think we should heal him. It just feels like
He is bleeding. He's got a huge axe scar across his
I'll
body.
survive, just heal
Yeah.
him.
Okay. I'll give him my last point of healing then. For lay on hands.
How many points of that is that?
So just one HP.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have 5 HP I can give out. I already gave out 4.
He's like, that hurt helps a little bit.
It'll level up as you level up, luckily.
Yeah. He's like, hey, sorry, bud. Just don't run for me next time. You're hanging with the wrong crowd, and I think you need to reevaluate where you're headed in life.
I'm sorry, mister. I just wanted to have fun.
Why did you mess with the Cannelloni's?
Oh, the Cannelloni family? Well,
Yeah.
it's one of our tasks.
Tasks from whom?
I don't know exactly. But we get tasks in this room, and he points at the kind of maps that are on the desks. And whenever we complete our tasks, there's treasure for us.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good. I actually kind of get why you did it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and at least somebody's paying me attention, not like my dad. He kind of looks really sad, looks despondent, looks down at the floor.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and give him my one heal point that I'm allowed to give a day.
Oh, wow.
A whopping 2 between the both of us.
He says,
Just a
"Oh,
little
thanks,
boost."
kid," because an hour still hasn't passed yet. Thanks, kid.
Yeah.
That was really nice of you.
Just be like, I get it. My parents didn't pay attention to me either.
My parents pay too much attention to me, so honestly, you're kind of lucky.
I just lean into Kate and I'm like, I see what happens when they pay attention.
You turn into her?
Scary, right?
Pretty much. I'm still raging. Pretty much.
Still raging.
So, bud, can you tell us, whoever gives you these maps, do you know where they give you the maps from?
I don't actually know. I mean, I didn't build this hideout. Ravioli and Gnocchi built this hideout.
Ravioli and gnocchi, you say. So, do you know where they're at usually?
Oh, they're probably in some of the other rooms.
Chickens. It's the chickens. Is it the chickens?
Definitely the chicken.
Is this the chicken that came up? Sir, chicken, what are you doing? Following me.
Yeah, there's a
That's weird.
chicken kind of following you into this room, Ash and Olena.
I'm going to point to the chicken and go, ravioli.
Kaden laughs and says, "That's not ravioli. That's
Yeah.
a chicken."
Okay.
Um,
Never mind. I just thought maybe. I got really excited about it.
Someone's following us.
He says toward the direction of Siri and Milo. I'm sorry I was calling you bad names earlier, and I didn't mean to do that, really.
hey, bud, kids will be kids. It's okay. You learn and you live.
And you're gonna let me live, right?
We'll think about it if you behave.
Here's my deal. What if we have him, apologize to the cannolis, and we don't take you to your dad? Unless you want us to take you to your
apologize.
dad. Okay, we'll have to see it happen.
Yes.
And I think, too, not just apologize, but next time you get some of these tasks, maybe be a little more picky about which ones are appropriate to do. Pranks are all fun and great, but if someone is really getting hurt, they're not really pranks anymore.
Yeah, like when you stole the owl bear.
I didn't steal no owl bear.
Are you let him go free, didn't you?
I didn't do that either. I love the owl bear races. I would never steal an owl bear. That's for grown-ups.
I feel like we should find Ravioli.
Oh, well, Ravioli's probably in one of the other rooms. Maybe he's in his bedroom.
Oh, geez. Do you guys think we should go check it out? And,
I think maybe we take Caden to go apologize. And then maybe Caden, you can, that'll be it.
Caden looks down at the floor
another time.
and he says, "Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you all into this, but I'm very sorry. And I will tell the Cannellonis that I'm sorry too."
Okay. Remember,
yeah, you sure will. That's where we're headed now, bud. And then I just kind of put my hand on his
cuff his neck and turn
shoulder
around
and drag him with me out the door.
Bye, chicken.
The chicken that was behind you, Ash, is slowly back into the other room. It's now scanning on top of the table that was in the other room.
Oh, yeah. We should probably check the maps first, too.
A chicken? Who are you? Who are you?
Are you talking to the chicken?
Yes.
The chicken kind of like looks at you and then doesn't respond.
Okay, good talk. Thanks. I think it's just a chicken.
Instead of leaving the room, can I go over to the maps and just start checking out the maps?
Yeah. So they're in what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Halfling, and Sylvan.
Anybody else, before I tell Milo what happens, anybody else doing something in the room?
I'll also look at the maps just to see if there's anything I should note down on this paper.
Okay.
I'm very thorough.
Yes, you are.
I'm teaching Caden like safe pranks that he can pull, like things that aren't actually going to hurt people, like just funny stuff, like small little things that he could do that actually won't hurt people.
I go over to them like, I can tell you all about all I pull. You want to know money making schemes?
He seems very happy about this.
Yeah.
Milo, you can see on these maps are circled a number of different locations in the city of Zadaxi. You also see an interesting leather-bound journal underneath the first set of maps that you investigate. And in that journal is some information that indicates that whoever is funding this, their name is Heslel. Heslel Rigatoni is their name. Caden doesn't seem to know who this person is, or he doesn't recognize the name.
Can I look around the room for anything else that would be like valuable or?
Yeah. You can search the crates or barrels or other stuff in the room if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Should I roll something?
Yes, you can make an investigation check. Ash and Olena and Siri, are we doing anything else?
I'm going back.
9.
9? Okay. What's that, Ash?
I'm going to the chicken. I'm going to offer him rations. Hey, chicken. Some rations. I got to put them in my hand. Like, you can talk to me if you want. I'm not like the others. You can tell me what's going on.
The chicken is very excited by these rations, and it kind of does this dance with his wings in the air, and he's like kind of fly jumping around the room, and he lands right back outside of the room from the first entrance where you came in about 5-10 minutes ago.
I just don't trust these chickens.
Okay, chicken. Okay. Bye.
We follow? I'm going to follow the chicken.
I'll follow too. Let's go. I'm scared, but we'll do it together.
Yeah, I'll just follow along kind of with Caden. Still, like, I also grab the maps just so I can have it kind of as like extra evidence for us.
Okay. So you have all the maps in the journal.
Yep.
Olena and Ash, you were following the chicken. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but looking for traps too, because I'm scared he's leading us down a terrible path. But I'm excited to see anyway. What's up?
Okay, so he's currently taking you back down all paths that you've gone before, except the chicken keeps kind of waddling and half flying north towards a doorway that you have not gone into before.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, chicken, can I trust you? Is this a safe window? Is there food in here that you will?
The
I'm going to
chicken
look at the
seems
door.
delighted at your presence, Ash, because you fed it earlier, and it's like kind of pecking you, looking for more food.
Oh, I love this chicken. Well, let's do the trick. Let's stand back, and I'll bust the door open, and let's stand like in the alleyway.
Yes, this sounds good. Wait, let me back up. Okay, yes. Open that door.
I thaumaturgy it open.
And as you thaumaturgy open the door, standing directly behind the door is the catling that ran away from you earlier, Paula Abdul. The catling raises her sword and said, "What are you doing? Get out of here!" And she starts advancing towards you. I need the two of you to roll for initiative, please.
Damn it!
I lost it. 20, non-natural.
I got 18.
So there's a battle happening between two of you and this catling, while Siri and Milo are telling tales of how to be a good kid or bad kid to Kaden. Elena, you're actually first to act. Before you act, I should just describe this room. Behind this catling has all these really complicated ropes across the ceiling and floor, connecting different parts of the room to one another, and it looks like they could be used for animals to cross different parts of the room. Along the southern and eastern perimeter of the room, there is a long wooden desk with different objects that makes this room look like it's some sort of workshop where different things are built in this room. And you also see an exit from this room through a doorway going north. So with that said, Olena, you are first to act.
Did we hear the cat yell out?
Let's see. All the doors are open 50 feet away. You could hear a scream from 50 feet away, yeah.
Can I just say I start running that way, or?
Yeah, well, let's get to Olena and ask first.
I just want to
Yep, we can do
let
that.
the record show I'm running towards you.
Yes.
I
You
feel
both
like
heard
Siri-
the noise, and you're like, we gotta do something. So, Olena, what would you like?
Siri probably just looks at Kaden and shrugs at him and watches. So, what I used to do.
I'm gonna hold an action for if the catling attacks me. I'm gonna hold just a regular attack, but I'm going to say, listen, we already got the kid. I really don't want to have to kill you. I'm not going to fight you unless you fight me.
He looks at you and says, Catlings fight to the death.
Okay! And I'll swing with my axe.
Okay.
I almost rolled a d6. 16 plus 5 to hit.
So are you moving right to the front of the door?
Yes.
Okay. That hits.
Yes.
That does hit. Can you tell me how much damage you get?
9 plus 3 is 12. 12 points of damage.
With one massive swing of your axe, you manage to crack the rib cage of this catling as it drops its sword onto the ground, and kind of like it looks, its paws are up in the air as it's just slowly.
You made me angry. I'm sorry. I just can't do this
She
anymore.
can't help herself when she's angry.
I really can't.
Yep. And this cat is now dead.
Sorry,
All
Paula.
right. Well, that was easy.
Chicken, why don't you lead us here?
Keep it straight though.
Yeah. So you're standing in this room. You're outside this room with this chicken that's kind of walking around. Milo had heard the screams. Milo, what are you doing now?
Just catching up to him, like out of breath, like.
Okay.
So I'll just move my guy over there.
Yep. And Siri's hanging out with Kaden for the moment.
Yeah, I'm starting to ask him, like, what other cool things are down here. Hopefully he's starting to trust me. So I'm like, what else is down here?
Are you saying
get through
this
the whole city?
persuasively, or?
Yeah, I feel like the whole time I've been trying to, like, gain rapport and stuff.
Gain information. Can you make a persuasion roll with advantage at this point?
Okay.
He's starting to trust you because you healed him, so he does trust you because of that.
Both are bad. Okay. Persuasion 14.
Oh, that's not bad. He says, "Are there other rooms in here?" There's just I don't know how many rooms you've seen so far, but there's about 10 rooms in this hideout.
Wow, that's pretty big, actually.
Yeah. My room is the room you were just in when your cleric, your paladin friend, struck me with his axe.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I think he comes from a household where they used to hit their younglings.
I think so. My dad used to do that to me. I didn't like it.
Me too. I think I still have a couple bruises from when I was younger.
Me too. Emotional bruises.
Sure, yeah.
I just killed something.
Yeah, so I just start asking, like, if there's other cool things or maybe about other tasks or anything like that.
I mean, there's tons of cool stuff in here. I love digging in the crates to see what kind of things these catlings have kept here. Ravioli sometimes lets me hang out in his room. I don't know. There's a workshop here that Gnocchi likes to fiddle around in, but he doesn't like it when I pester him.
I think her eyes kind of glow at the idea of finding something cool, and so she's gonna reach into her bag. Oh God, what do I have? I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna pull out like 2 gold coins. I'll be like, okay, the first one to find the coolest thing, and between you and I, we decide what's the coolest thing down here, gets to keep the 2 gold coins.
Oh, I can't, goody, I can't
Ready?
wait.
Go! And then I'll just start like searching through things.
He's like, but wait, you're still in the child form?
I think so.
Okay, he's like, but you don't know, do you know where the other rooms are?
No.
Oh.
Do you want to show me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Gnocchi's workshop right now. He's got a magic wand.
Oh, I want to see. And then I'll just like start like tagging along like friends.
And at this point, he's actually caught up to where Milo and Ash and Olena are, and he sees his dead catling friend on the ground, and he's like, what happened here in Gnocchi's workshop?
He passed out. He just died right in front of our eyes. We didn't touch him. He's just gone.
I'm holding my axe covered with blood.
Make a deception check, please.
Okay.
I guess that's plausible.
We found him like this. 17.
Oh, he buys your deception and says, "Well, wow. I guess sometimes cats will run their rib cage directly into the blade of a weapon."
Yeah,
I've
never seen it
happening. I think that's pretty common.
Yeah, I guess anything's plausible,
Especially if they have rings.
Possible?
Possible.
Possible.
Oh my God. We gotta get out of here.
What the heck is this place?
Oh, this is the Ravioli hideout.
No, this specific room I'm talking about.
Oh, this is Gnocchi's workshop. Gnocchi, my friend.
Yeah,
Is that a Gnocchi? And I point to the dead cat.
That is one of Gnocchi's minions that I work with. That's Paula Abdul. You killed her.
No.
we did it.
Or she's dead.
Yeah, I think she
Dead
just
somehow.
died. But yeah, so how many more people are in here?
I don't know. Gnocchi's here. Ravioli's here. The little curries are here. There's chickens. I named some of the chickens.
What's this chicken?
He looks at the chicken with his eyes and he says, "That's probably Peckerhead."
Peckerhead? He led us in here to his dead friend.
Peckers, you're so bad. And he kind of admonishes the chicken and says, "Get out of here. Go back down the
This is very
corridor."
strange. I'm very uncomfortable with the energy we've created in the studio today. Should we leave this place to be, or should we meet and kill Ravioli? I mean, just meet Ravioli and Gnocchi.
Well, I have a bet with Kaden that whoever finds the coolest things in here gets to keep 2 gold. And he said that he knows where magic wand is.
I'm gonna find it. Put it on the bed.
I'm gonna race him to find it.
Go crazy, man. I'll stand right here.
Okay, so he's standing in this room with Ash and investigating the different drawers of this huge desk that's along the perimeter of the room. And Serenity, you're doing the same.
Yeah. Investigation.
Investigation check, please.
I got an 8.
I will join.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's no addition. All right, that's 17.
17.
Yes.
Ash, in one of the drawers, you see a key attached to a ring, and there's a tag on the ring that says Gnocchi's bedroom.
You guys, I found the coolest thing. I have a key.
Did you find the wand?
No, but I found a key.
Oh.
To Gnocchi's bedroom.
Caden says, "I know where it is."
Let's go.
And he goes to the door directly north and opens it. Down that door, you see another passageway that leads down about 30, 40 feet, down a tunnel down a tunnel, and at the end of that tunnel is another door. You also see another chicken just kind of hanging around.
I'm writing all this down.
Mm-hmm. I'm following like Caden's exact steps.
Okay.
Me too.
Because I don't want to step on anything.
Yeah,
Hi.
I am gonna ask and be like, is Noki home? Should we maybe come back later?
Caden
good point.
looks behind him over his shoulder, says, "I'm not sure, but I assume so. He's usually here when I'm here."
Or
Oh.
look at the others when this is talked about. I'm like,
Maybe let's not do this right now. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we get
We
Caden
gotta
back
apologize.
I mean,
The cannolis.
Caden says, "But what about the gold? I know where the magic wand is.
Where is it?
If you gave me the key, I could even unlock the chest of drawers for you."
Is it worth it, Siri?
man, it's a magic wand.
Oh, okay. Here you go. I toss Caden the keys.
All right.
It's like, thanks.
I say, hold
Thanks.
on, Caden. Don't open that door just yet. How about you just stay behind, and it might get a little hairy in there. I don't want you getting hurt. Why don't you just let me open that door?
Blood.
But
I'll stand back.
then what about the reward? I want the 2 gold.
I flick him 1 gold and I say, here's half now. You just wait until we're back out, and I'll give you the other half.
He relents and says, "Well, which one of you wants to take the key?"
And I just hold out my hand.
So he gives you the key that has the tag that says Gnocchi's bedroom on it. And he says, "Well, are you going to open the door?"
Is there anything we should know before I open it?
Oh, well, Gnocchi might be in here because this is the room next to his workshop.
Are there any traps or anything, bud?
I don't think so. Look at me. And he stomps on the ground and he says, "I don't see any traps here."
Is Noki big and strong?
Yes.
Will he be our friend?
Yes, he's my friend.
Okay.
Could you tell him that we're friends?
Oh, I have to get in the room first to tell him that. I'm not telepathic or anything like that.
Maybe you should go.
Should I open the door, or should we just leave, or come back another time?
Maybe if Caden opens the door.
Okay.
I mean, we're here, so.
I'll pull
Yeah.
Caden and be like, okay, look here. Do you think that we could be sneaky and take the wand without him knowing?
Can you make a persuasion check, actually?
Okay. Oh my god, I can't roll. Oh. 8.
He says, "Kid, I wish I could be sneaky enough to get it, but there are other traps in this lair."
Maybe we can talk to Noki later. Maybe we can just take you to go apologize and send you on your way, and we can come back later.
It's like he looks down at the floor and he says, "I guess that would be swell. I just wanted to show you that I know where things are."
I mean, that's
I
us
believe
if you
you.
know where things are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty
Maybe
good at this, kid.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to meet us tomorrow and we can come back and look?
Yeah.
As long as I don't get in any trouble.
Of course not.
You can hang out with us.
All right.
Yeah.
So it sounded like the party is trying to convince Caden to leave with you and that you'll come back
Apologize to the
tomorrow.
cannolis.
Yeah, we want to take him to apologize. Yeah.
Okay. He says, he looks down at the floor and says, okay, I guess so. He starts walking back towards the workshop.
Milo kind of does a coin flip in his hand. And he's like, don't forget this extra coin in it for you, kid. And tries to cheer him up a little bit.
It does cheer him up a little bit. And he says, well, just in case I don't come back tomorrow. And he's pointing at the wall where she's standing right now. This is a secret passage.
Wow.
Oh, to where?
Oh, to the litter box.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything cool in there apart from poop?
Well, Gnocchi sometimes hangs out there. Sometimes Ravioli hangs out there.
To poop?
Oh, yes. He's a cat after all.
Oh.
Do they
I
hang
don't
out
know
in
if I
there
have anything
together?
to market.
Do they hang out together? Sometimes. They're friends.
I've had enough of,
Okay.
bathroom incidents today.
Well, thanks, Kaden. Is there anything else really cool that we need to know?
Follow me.
Okay.
And he continues walking back into the workshop. And the chicken follows him into the room, kind of lands on top of the desk.
Dang.
And he says, you see that in the corner? And he points to the northwest corner of the room where you see a plate on the floor. He says, Caden says, if you open that up, giant rats come out.
Oh, God.
So
That's cool.
So there's a way that you can not let the rats out, and that's by ignoring.
Very smart, yes.
He runs over to the western wall and says, oh yeah, and right here, that's another secret passage.
Where to?
Oh, the litter box.
Oh.
You know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. So Gnocchi likes to take these secret passages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's better than pooping in your workshop.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
Well, I guess we're getting out of here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Let's go take care of that apology.
All right. So the party makes their way out of the lair into the late afternoon sun. So it's only really like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And you walk your way all the way back to the Cannelloni's house, where you run into Antonia, and Caden apologizes for what happened earlier today. Antonia looks at all of you and says, let this be a lesson.
Oh, it was definitely a lesson. Yes, we taught him a lesson. He's a much better kid. Oh my God, he looks so cute.
This is why you never leave your children home alone.
I mean, he could have a better father, but that is not the fault of the child.
Mm-hmm. He's still a really good kid.
Is he?
He knows quite a bit. Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Caden is blushing. He's not used to this kind of praise. And he just says thanks. Oh, at this point, your disguise is up.
Yeah,
Siri,
it's
so
faded. Yeah.
Okay. Antonia says, well, adventurers, you did a very good job today. Here's, what did we say, 20 gold?
Your Grace, we said 50, Your Grace.
She said, yes, as I recall, I said 20 gold. Here's 20
Grace.
gold to each of you.
Your Grace, I think, I thought we said 50.
I'll pull my hood down
Yeah, but-
and the axe is right there.
She says, as it turns out, I didn't really need your help to find Caden. I mean, I could have solved this on my own. So 20 it is, and you can sleep in the servant's room. Thank you very much.
Oh, geez, Antonia, I don't want to go around talking about how the Cannelloni's just don't really follow their bargains. They're not people of their word. I don't want to go around talking about that. So, I think you offered us 50 gold. All of our party members were at one time attacked on this endeavor. So, I just really think you should at least give us 50 and just be happy that we're not asking for more.
And sorry, what is Caden's father's name again? Is it Eric?
Ernie.
Aaron?
Ernie.
And then Siri will jump in on that to like support that persuasion happening.
Yeah,
And
so
be like
Milo.
and be like,
Go ahead.
sorry, okay, and just be like, yes, and I do believe that Ernie has quite a bit of sway on your council, and I'm sure he wouldn't want to hear that you sent out a group of adventurers to search for his son and possibly harm his son.
So you're helping Milo?
Yeah, so I'm trying to like help and be like,
Okay,
and
that
we
works.
know. Yeah.
So Milo, could you make a persuasion roll, please, with advantage?
19.
Hey, that's good.
19.
Hold on. I
Cool.
got
And the other one, get a nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. 18.
That's good,
That's
though.
still high.
Okay.
4, I think, for persuasion. Yeah. So.
Antonia looks down at her. She's got her arms folded. She kind of looks down at herself, looks like she's thinking, and she's like, 50 gold it is. The deal is a deal. She hands each of you a purse of 50 gold.
We all learned something.
My thanks,
today.
Your Grace. And then I kind of just bow out.
And she kind of winks at you.
50 gold. That is
Um,
50 gold.
And feel free to sleep at the servants' chambers, and you can take any of the leftover flatbread that's in the kitchen for your dinner. That's all for today. And she retreats to the bedroom floor of her house, where she leaves you for the evening in the servants' quarters. So at this point, I'd like to also grant everybody an additional 250 experience points. So you should all be level 2.
God! Okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
More hit points!
Yeah.
That's, I think, where we're going to stop for today.
That works.
That sounds good.
And we'll pick up the story next time.